Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that passing there, had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way. I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Robert Frost, 1916. What's up, storytellers? Thank you so much for listening to this episode of ToyPhotoCast. Hope you guys like that intro. That is something new that I will be doing, testing the waters to see if you guys want some content like that. That is a poem by Robert Frost that really inspires me, and I hope it touched you. And it is something that I think all of us as artists can aspire to, listening to different mediums of art to inspire our own. And Robert Frost is a great inspiration for me. So hope you guys like this episode. It's a great one. It's about 2.5 hours. Scott Blind, Nick Alicia, and myself, we all chat toy photography, the hobby, a lot of different topics. Enjoy this episode, guys, and we'll see you at the next one. Thanks for listening. Let's record and see. All right, 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of ToyPhotoCast. This is the roundtable episode with my good buddies, Scott Blind and Nick Alicia. Guys, thank you so much for jumping on here and joining this podcast. I appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to the conversation.
Hey, bud.
What it do?
Hey, thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited. I know all of us are excited for the new year, excited to get some things going on, and kind of hopefully 2021 is going to be a lot better than 2020.
Absolutely. I'm looking at it as a new year, new slate, man, and I'm using 2020 as a reference point, taking the good with the bad, and just really excited to see how 2021 develops for me personally. I'm always staying optimistic, and for me, putting God first helps me always see the greater things. So I'm just looking forward to miracles and blessings and new experiences, new people, and friendships, and especially with you guys.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I certainly.
Scott?
I certainly hope that 2021, from a personal standpoint, especially like with my family, is much better. My wife is a teacher, and when she goes in, pretty much every day, I worry about her, and I worry about the situation we're in. So hopefully, this the way the world is right now, things kind of improve, and we can all kind of get back to not having to worry every time we leave the house for 30 minutes or whatever.
For sure. So yeah, guys, I think my first conversation or sort of topic that I would like to discuss with you guys, and I know both of you enjoyed this show as much as I did, maybe more, I don't know. Let's talk about The Mandalorian. I know for me, I have not been this excited about a Star Wars
a Star Wars show or a movie since, I want to say this, since The Force Awakens. Like, I haven't had that hype and that excitement since they first showed the trailer for Force Awakens back in like 2015 or something like that. And I've been a Star Wars fan I feel like my whole life, but there's something about the Mandalorian and what the team at Lucasfilm is doing, especially relating to toy photography, that it's just kind of captured us. And wanted to see what you guys thought about the second season. Wanted to see what you guys thought about it and discuss it a little bit.
I'm gonna let Scott go first on this one. I mean, he's the Star Wars toy photographer that I came to know. So, and I'm sure he's seeing some things in the show that just resonate really well with him. And I'll let the seniority go first on that one.
The way I hear that is what you're saying is that you're going to let the old guy go first. That's fine. That's fine.
Wisdom first, man. Wisdom first.
Well, I will say I'm kind of like with you, Dakota. This show in general, but this season especially, and I'm assuming we're safe here now. Like,
oh yeah, we can talk spoilers. It's over now. We're good.
I hope so.
Well, I mean, if you don't know by now, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, just this season, I mean, they brought back Boba. Ahsoka was that episode alone. Just the cinematography, the color grading, just the way Rosario Dawson, played Ahsoka. That episode was incredible. And then just, of course, the finale. I mean, I haven't seen, like when we saw like Red Dog, he put that video on Instagram where he was crying. He was literally crying after watching that episode. And I mean, this isn't to make fun of him, like to make light of it. I mean, this was like kind of a similar situation. I mean, I was so overcome with like emotion, like when that X-wing came in, I flipped out. I mean, I yelled, and like my wife was in the kitchen. The kids are my kids are like, "Dad, are you okay?" And I'm like, I cannot believe, because I just I heard there were rumors, but I wasn't really believing it. Because it's like, whatever, we're going to give you a rumor and then kind of go in another direction. I was so excited, and like it really did. It just made me love Star Wars again. And it's like one, you're bringing back Luke, and like Luke is awesome. As a kid, I always wanted to be Luke Skywalker. He was awesome. But it was just, I don't know. It's like, I don't know where they're going with this. I don't know what they're going to do with Grogu. I have no idea like where they're going to take this in like season 3. I am concerned, but like just because like now that he's with Luke, because it was nice to see him play off, the Mandalorian character, just to soften, to give him like soften the edges, in that story, just like the growth with him, like that was incredible. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of blabbing. I'm just kind of going off here.
No, man, let it
go.
Going. Yeah,
but I mean, it just blew me away, and like that whole season, like this show in general. I mean, there's a reason why it's become like a cultural phenomenon. They're just doing things right, and I know like a lot of it is fan service. They just they're going to Tatooine, they're going to all these different places where like where you're familiar in the Star Wars universe, but it's working. It's just working, and it's like kind of like a nod here and there. It's like, hey, you remember this from this episode. Even like Bo-Katan. I mean, it's like they're bringing in like all these different like shows, like Rebels and then Clone Wars, and just tying it all together. And it's just like it kind of pays you back for being a fan instead of making you feel dumb.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad about being a fan for like so many years or watching all these different shows where and then someone comes along and just like undermines that entire thing. It's like, no, it's like you get rewarded for actually caring. And I mean, so that's sort of my take on the season.
Wow, that was good. What about you, Nick?
I agree. I mean, totally. It was. So I remember I was behind. I would be in a couple of chat threads in the toy community on Instagram, and hearing some, well, not hearing, reading some things from what Scott would say and a few others, and I had not even seen it yet. I was actually in Seattle for training somebody and one of our for work, and they were talking about it at work. I'm like, man, this is killing me. Everybody's seen this. I'm not. I don't even have a Disney Plus account yet, and but I'm seeing some footage leak, some photos, and I was already hooked. I'm like, man, this looks iconic already, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait till I know I can just binge through the whole thing, and we finally signed up, and we were hooked immediately, like the very first episode. And I mean that beginning scene in that little bar when he pulls that dude through the door and basically cuts the dude in half. I remember my son and I looked at each other and like, this got real fast. And my wife was just like that, oh my goodness face. And I was like, yup, this is it. Let's see where it goes from here. And I just loved so much that from that moment it only escalated. And this is one of those rare shows or cinematic moments that I've seen, because I'm a big cinephile, watch so much stuff, and seeing The Mandalorian since the beginning, it's one of the rare few instances where it only gets better with each episode and gets
Mm.
so much more of a deep dive every single time. And the beautiful thing is is that you've got Star Wars fans directing and producing this show. And so you know it by the cinematography, the attention to details, the references to things that we knew from when we were kids, all that stuff. And they bring it to life just makes it breathtaking. All the same. But like it's just really cool to see how each episode just gets better. And season 2 did that. And it's again, when you think that it couldn't get better, it always did. And season 2 just started with a huge bang. And the thing about season 2 was, again, as I stated before, it's one of those rare instances where you see in anything, where the movie or show, that each sequel gets better. Well, every episode literally got better. And it was crazy how they managed to do that. And so I was shocked with each episode. And I mean, getting a chance to see a crate dragon, I freaking, like, I didn't even know how to maintain myself. That whole episode was just, and my son, I brought him up on Godzilla and then Pacific Rim with kaiju. So anything with big monsters. And oh, another thing, I got him into Tremors, the B sci-fi B movie Tremors movies, and
Yes.
so he connected right away with the Crate Dragon, and he was just like lost his mind seeing this giant thing that looked like a tremor, but like a kaiju, like a dragon. He didn't know what to do with himself. He just loved the whole episode, and especially the Boba Fett armor thing, and the Marshall. Like I feel like I'm watching episodes right now. Like I'm fanning out right now. Like I'm like, oh man, there was this, there was that. And again, this is the beautiful thing about the Mandalorian. I think we all kind of fanboy, fangirl, or fan kid out with it because we're like, there's just so much to take in, but it's not jammed and crammed into a small time frame where you're just forced to swallow it. It's done cohesively, and that's what makes the show so amazing. And I loved it all the way to the end. And I have to agree with Scott. I want to say the Ahsoka episode was my favorite, though, for me personally, out of the whole season, only because like it felt so much like I was watching this very samurai martial arts movie themed
Mm.
episode, and I loved it because that spoke to me. I grew up on kung fu, and I grew up watching samurai movies, and I mean that it was just really cool how they really handled that. But the lighting was so beautiful, and,
Oh man,
and just
that's the one, man. That's the one. Like just watching that episode, like that greenish sort of
yes,
tone that they put on, and like Zay nailed it in his shot. I don't. I kind of worked on one, and like it just wasn't like happening. But man, I mean, just that color. I was just sitting there going, "This is." I mean, it was like these muted tone. I don't
yeah,
even want. I don't want to go too deep into this, but I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is just so beautiful." And menacing all at one time. I mean, it was just so well done. But it's funny that you bring up the Marshall. Like that seems like it happened so long ago. That
Yeah.
episode. I was so excited. Like I remember seeing Timothy Oliphant in there and just going, "Oh my gosh, it's so nice to see
Yeah,
like Timothy Oliphant back." Because I mean, I haven't seen him since like Justified. I just
right.
haven't seen him in anything, and I love that show. And I'm like, man, all right, this is cool. I hope they. I don't know. Are they giving him like any more appearances in
I
any of
hope
this like
so. I
new
haven't read
shows
or
that
seen
they're coming
anything,
out
but
with?
I hope so.
I have not heard anything. I would love to see more Timothy Oliphant. I can't think that they wouldn't use him again. I mean, he's got to make an appearance probably in season 3 at some point. But that'd be awesome. He's probably a high profile, actor that probably gets a nice big paycheck. So they'll probably put him in an episode and keep him there. Um, but did you want to finish anything else, Scott?
Oh no, no. I'm just like I said, I'm geeking out and rambling when I start
Nah,
talking
man,
about this. I
it's
mean, I
all good. I
really
agree. I'm a big color guy, so when you mentioned the tones, I was like, that's what sold me on that episode of Ahsoka. Oh man, it was so much of what I like, and
Well,
seeing,
that was the one thing I loved about that show. It's just when you were talking about it was directed, by Star Wars fans. It's like every episode felt different. Every episode felt like it's a self. I mean, there was a continuation of the story, but like every time, like the editing style was a little bit different. The
right,
colors were different.
right.
Everything just felt new. And it
Yeah.
but so familiar. It was like familiar but new at the same time. Like I'm like I said, I'm rambling and being a
No,
big
I mean
geek
what
here,
you're
but I
what
really
you're,
enjoyed it. Yeah.
what you're expressing is what's so great when you have different artists that are working on a project. I think we've all been in school when we either felt like we were the only one creative in the group and did all the work. That's not the case here. You got everybody literally putting in all this the same effort in their own unique way. And so each project, even though it still manages to transition well between each episode, you can tell it's their own style. But that, people had a input, right? Because it's a group project. But the way it came out at the end of it all was a unique vision. And you can tell with each episode. There was something about the Ahsoka episode. I was like, and it's really no disrespect to any other episode, but for me personally, it really felt like, okay, now it's getting real. Now it's serious. Straight from the beginning, I mean, zipping in and out of the fog, lightsabers and the gun, like a spirit. Like it was. I feel like it was like an anime, like Ninja Scroll mixed with like John Wick and like all these like Jackie Chan and Jet Li movies I watched when I was younger, or even newer stuff with Donnie Yen. Like I felt like somehow all that was just thrown together. But then all the crazy lighting and atmosphere, like it was so amazing. Like it was just a badass episode. Is the best way I could put it. Like I loved everything about it, and then it was so hard not to fall in love with it, especially all the way towards the end in that showdown. I was just like, man, and in the way you know, uh, Ahsoka and the Mando kind of teamed up, and only the distraction so she can go face off. It was just a great moment for me because out of all the episodes, it just spoke to me personally because I love action stuff and I love martial arts stuff, and I mean I got my son in Taekwondo, so like for me, I ate up that whole episode. But even though there was cool subtle moments that made it real Ahsoka, relatable to her character, I just loved the overall cohesion in the episode and how it was just full of those dramatic scenes, man, and the sequences and oh, when she was on the roof and jumping off the roofs, like again, I feel like I was watching anime. Like it was just so good. I loved so much about it. I could probably ramble for days just on that episode.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I think for me, like thinking about like the initial viewing of season 1, I actually like I'm one of those guys that the second like anything Star Wars like live action is available, I'm like first in line. So like I think I had pre-ordered Disney Plus and like made sure I had it access so I could like the second the Mandalorian was out I could watch it. And
Yeah,
I'm that guy that like turns off all social media for like days in advance because I know spoilers are going to get out, and so like nobody can contact me, and I just make sure I watch it like spoiler free, and make sure I watch it like, and just be able to watch it like multiple times so I can just soak it in. Because like Star Wars for me is like, if I had a list of like top IPs, like Star Wars probably tops everything for me. Um, so I always want to view it in the most pure form and not have any other opinions, because watching reviews or reading anything can kind of alter your judgment. I feel if you don't, watch it just fresh. But thinking back on season one, like it was this like joyride. Like it was this like almost like it just it seemed so good to be true, and like too good to be true is what I meant to say. Is like it seemed like I was like, this is like exactly everything we want from Star Wars. And
Yeah,
there were no lightsabers. There was nothing with the Force really related. Like I mean, yeah, Grogu had some moments where he used the Force, which was awesome, but and now in season 2 where we're getting more into the Force and more into the Jedi, and like I think for me it was like it's really been long processing for me, because like I process things really slowly. So like I like sit and think about things and really like kind of weigh it out, and like how did that really affect me? How did I like that? Did I just like it because it's new, or did I really like it?
right.
And so I think for me, like The Mandalorian is, I know this is like premature, but I feel like it's the best Star Wars we've gotten.
I
Like
mean, I don't think you're wrong. You know, it's kind of one of those things where we always experienced the Jedi missions or what's going on with the Republic or with the Sith were going on. We're actually now living the environment, the worlds, they're world building too at the same time, but we're
yeah.
experiencing those worlds that they were traveling through.
Yeah, and the format, like being able to, like you said, being able to experience it in episodes, and I feel like this is the way Star Wars is meant to be experienced, like, because having a theatrical experience is awesome, but it's only so much. It's like you only
Right.
get a 2 hour, 2.5 hour movie, and you want more. Like
Right.
oftentimes, and you want to see more about the characters, and having that format where you can and just build character development and build worlds and build relationships between characters, and you can build everything that you want to see, that you often have to go to the comics, or you have to go to books or whatever, the extra stuff to be able to get out all that stuff that you're really wanting to see in live action. Now we're able to see it.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's just I'm a Mando diehard. I've got every every collectible, everything Grogu I can get my hands on. I'm it's a little crazy.
I think I
Um,
regret not ordering that Hot Toys Grogu, but
oh, dude, he's still available. Hop on that.
oh, he is. See,
Yes, dude. Sideshow, bro.
dude, that's a conversation all the time. I'm not very well educated in sideshow. I'm so new to that.
That's
I,
probably not a bad thing, Nick. That helps the wallet, buddy.
Yeah, I don't.
dude,
Yeah, I don't want to lead you down a dark road, but
so my introduction to that was I've always knew about it because starting collecting, we all, I want a hot toy one day kind of enters your mind, and you'll go to like comic book conventions or comic book shops or toy collectible stores, and you'll see them in showcases or boxes. And that was as far as I went. And man, time's flying. I think it was last year for my birthday. Oh no, this would be 2 years ago. Man, that's 2021 now. So 2 years ago for my birthday, my wife surprised me and got me the Star Boost Iron Man Hot Toys figure, which I'm ashamed to say I've only shot it like a handful of times to the point where it's been sitting so long. I got to get new batteries for it, but it lights up. The suit, the eyes, it's so dope. And I was like, okay, I think I'm okay. I got my first hot toy. This would be all right. Well, continued collecting, never cracked it back out of the box, taking more shots, then seeing new stuff out. I remember about a year ago this time, once I saw them release the images and pre-order for the Arkham, it was the Batman Beyond that
mhm.
that they had coming out. I was like, I have to get this, and I know it's up there, but man, I mean, I missed out on the Mezco, never got that, and I can't really convince myself to buy any other figure I see that's a Batman Beyond. I'm gonna go with that, and it's Hot Toys. Why not? But I was like, okay, cool. Now I'm fine. Man, it's been tough because since I ordered that one, the Mandalorian Hot Toys came out, and that thing is so good. And
Yeah,
I've
that one
seen
looks good.
oh man, there's so many people that are nailing shots with that thing, and it looks so real. It's like they just shrunk them, and you got them, in your house. Like same thing with the John Wick one. It's nuts.
Yeah, I would say that is my. I got that actually like about a week or two ago. The Hot Toys, the first version one of Mando. That's my figure of the year.
It's
That
gorgeous.
is that is the best figure I've ever had.
Oh
Like,
wow.
and I've had a
Okay.
lot of figures. Like now, as far as like range of articulation, it's kind of limited, and there's some
Right.
mods you can do to kind of get the fat suit out and make it a little bit more dynamic.
Okay.
But as far as aesthetic, like just like looking at, I mean, it is like if you just pose it like in a scene where like there's actual like scale environment, it looks exactly like the show. Like
It
it
does look
is.
good, man. It looks so good. I've been tempted more than once to just hit the add to cart button.
I'm actually
I
surprised you don't already have it, Scott.
Well, man, I think it was Austin Visual Force. He took a shot with it, and he was like, "Hey, man, it's still available. Go get it." I mean, I was out there on that site, about ready to buy the thing. I was like, you need to calm down. Stop.
I would say this. I'm gonna be that guy right now. I would say whatever figure you feel like, or 2 or 3 figures that you feel like you don't really need, sell those right now and go buy that Hot Toys Mando. You will regret it. You will regret it for a long time
All right.
because
Well,
whenever that thing sells out, that thing they're never going to make another one of those. So they're not going to go back to V1 again. They're not going to re-release it. I know for sure because the amount that they're making, once that thing sells out, that you're out of luck. You're going to be
this,
paying
you
$400
know
or
what?
$500 for it.
I felt really good about myself. And then now here we are, having this conversation. I was like, you know what? I'm not buying anything. I mean, I'm feeling really good. And then this podcast happened, and like, I'm glad my wallet isn't anywhere near me. So
I'm telling you, dude.
you're not a good friend. You're not a good friend.
I'm not. I'm really not. But I'm telling you, that figure, like, I've got the Beskar one coming pretty soon too. But that figure, man, there's something about that version one that's just so iconic. Like seeing him in that first episode when he goes and sees Grogu, and like the contrast of the colors on the armor and
Yeah.
the grittiness of it,
Right.
like that
Yep.
is my favorite look of Mando. I
Yeah.
love the Beskar, and it grew on me a lot in the second season. But like I have the SCR customs one as well, which is awesome, and it's great. It's a 1/12 scale custom, Mezco style Mandalorian which I had to have as well, but I mean, doesn't hold a candle to the Hot Toys, dude. I'm sorry. I mean, Steve does an amazing job, but like this thing is just
Well,
like balls to the wall,
Yeah.
incredible.
It gives into that gritty gunslinger look from the West, man. I mean, it has that. I totally get it. Like that's why I agree. I mean, as much as I like the Beskar Hot Toys version, I think that first release one does give off the aesthetics of the show. I mean, what really made it iconic.
I
But
don't know. I definitely like the V1 better than the Alt Beskar. Although I will say the SHF Beskar Mando is one of my favorite figures, just from
so I owe
how
Scott so much for that because Scott, how many times did I tell you to cancel that order for me or just forget it? How many times?
at least 3 or 4, and I think that's really kind of lowballing that number.
I had to do at least. I'm gonna go off on a limb and say several times because I had so many things.
Go off on a limb. I'm pretty sure it was like 50, but I'll say 3 or 4, just for the sake of being a polite conversation.
You know what it was? I was taking Scott's input on the range of motion and articulation, and I was
Well, I will say that V1, I still have yet to take a picture with that. I'm so mad. So
you,
mad about
you
that
can
figure.
find a way. There's something I'm sure you have up your sleeve. They'll be. I mean, now that we're having this discussion, I'm sure you'd get inspired to go do a
I'll
V1 shot.
I'll have to, man. I've got to take a picture with it just because it's sitting there, and I think it's just because every time I see it, I just get really angry about like my initial reaction when I opened that box and was
You
like,
put it in the
"Oh, come
corner.
on!"
It's shaming itself.
I'm so. I mean, I'm so mad.
I mean, I'm okay. This is the last thing I'll say about the Hot Toys Mando, the version 1 is I love it so much that I'm tempted to get a second one.
Stop
That's all I got to say. Literally, I'm literally been thinking about getting a second one.
this guy.
What are you going to do with two?
Right.
I don't know.
Like on
But
either
that's
side of
how
your
much I like
room?
it. That's how much I like it.
That or he's gonna customize one for a better range of motion, so we could do straight up like super dynamic poses.
Yep, you hit the nail on the head. That's exactly it. Because I'm afraid to start customizing this one because it's my only one, and I feel like if I had two, I would be less inclined to be scared to pull the suit out and cut the fat suit out. And
No, I get it. That makes perfect sense. I mean, especially if you factor in, I mean, over a span of 6 months, what you could have spent on Mesco and a bunch of other release stuff, especially Black Series. It's hard for people not to buy one when they re-release an older version you always wanted. I mean, you add all that up, that's basically a hot toy, so you can
oh yeah,
easily
easily.
go ahead and,
Yeah, like two waves of Marvel Legends is a hot toy.
yeah. I struggle with Marvel Legends, but that's a whole nother conversation.
It's tough because um, you want that instant gratification. But I pre-ordered the version 1. It wasn't like a day one pre-order, but it was within like the first couple of days when
Right.
I saw it go up, and I was like, okay, this is it. Like this is because I had okay, this is sad, really sad. I had the Luke Skywalker um, Return
Oh,
of the Jedi hot
oh,
toys. And that was my first hot toy. I bought that a couple years ago and I loved it. It's an amazing figure. Back then I wasn't really it wasn't really budget friendly to be able to start getting into hot toys, and I was still kind of going through some stuff, so I had to sell it, and regrettably so. But
Oh man.
getting back into hot toys now, like now I've got the V1 Mando, and I got for Christmas from my sister-in-law. She bought me the Flame Trooper
I
from
saw
Mando,
that,
and that thing's sick too.
dude. Ugh,
Well, that
yeah,
picture you took looked really nice.
yeah,
That
dude.
was.
Well,
Thank you,
first I
man.
was like, "Wait, you got one?" And then I saw the shot. I was like, "Nice."
It's really dope too. I mean, I definitely haven't shown that as much love as I have Mando, but it's it's an incredible figure too. I wouldn't sleep on that one either, but I don't want to break everybody's
I,
wallets
I,
tonight.
I think one for sure I'll pull trigger on. I mean, I'll keep thinking about that V1. I mean, you made some solid points there, but if they do a Dark Trooper, it's definitely probably going to be an instant for me.
Oh, they have to. They have to make one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about my pre-order list right now because it's kind of sad, kind of scary. Well, not sad. It's kind of scary.
Go for it. Go for it.
All right, so my pre-order list right now for the Hot Toys is I've got the Brown Eyes Trooper on pre-order. What's the Transport Trooper?
Yeah.
Oh man, that one looks so good.
Yeah,
It does. It
Oh,
does.
that looks incredible.
it does.
It. I've got him on pre-order. I was a day one pre-order, like because I loved that show. I mean that episode. That episode was amazing. Probably in my top three episodes of the whole season 1 and 2. That episode was incredible. Um, got that one on pre-order. Also got Best Carmando coming in. I'm fixing to lock in 2 more pre-orders for Moff Gideon, and I can't decide if I want to get either the IG-11 or the Heavy Mando. I can't decide. I'm really on the fence, but yeah,
Um,
that's a lot of money just talking about those like 3 or 4 figures right there.
you just mentioned Heavy Mando. That I got a soft spot for that. That design is so sick.
Well,
It
thank
is.
God for the installment plan, right? I mean,
Yeah.
$50 at a time doesn't seem so bad.
Yeah,
We don't, we
it
don't know
doesn't
what
hurt.
side hustle he's got. He might make it work.
Oh my gosh, I don't even want to talk about my pre-order list with them. Oh,
Well, that's
good
just
Lord.
Hot Toys. That's not all my Hasbro
Well, no,
stuff.
that's what I'm talking about. Just Hot Toys alone, and like I don't
That's just
even
Hot
collect
Toys.
a lot of Hot Toys, but oh
I
my
don't
gosh,
collect.
it's like,
Yeah, like I don't collect a lot of 6 scale stuff, and like I'm sticking strictly with Mandalorian figures. If they do a Luke Skywalker day one pre-order, like day one, like
well, that one I think I would, but like I've been like, oh man, I just have like I get the hard eyes when it like gets into like the Clone Wars ones, man, like Rex and like
Yeah.
I did Rex, I like pre-order Rex. I even went out and ordered Cody,
oh,
Ahsoka. It's
that
like,
Cody looks good.
oh
Yeah,
man,
it does.
I'm just sitting here thinking it's like I eventually the bill's going to come due, but the one that I've got now from Mando that I do have on pre-order is the Scout Trooper and bike. Um,
Yeah,
I had to, man. I
That's a
just
great
had to.
set.
That
That's
looks
a great set.
incredible, man.
And dude, I mean, you just wait for the right amount of snow. Oh my gosh, that'll look really
Oh.
awesome with some snow.
See,
I
I'm going
have,
to be the kind of idiot that goes out and tries to find like a rock or a cliff or something to do like one of those crazy shots where it, like, drops off and then the thing's going to break and I'm going to cry. But um, that one is like, I think, was it a visual force photography, Sean? We're kind of talking like right before that one dropped. And I'm like, man, dude, it's like when this comes out, because he pre ordered it too. I'm like, when this comes out, we're going to do an Instagram live unboxing, drinking whiskey, and just talk about how like super stupid excited we are about this figure.
nice.
I actually bought 2 of the Hasbro the speeder bike troopers with Grogu,
Yeah.
and I had to because there's 2 in the show. I so far I'm actually up to date with every Hasbro Mandalorian release.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got every single one, multiples actually. But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, man. Like this Mandalorian show has got me
But,
hyped.
but see, that makes sense too because I mean, you put in all this passion into dial building, man. Like, why wouldn't you want to recreate scenes?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, other than that, I mean, you're also going to get inspired by the artists, and you're like, you know what, I should have bought 2. I should have army built, or you know what, at least a squad. I should have had a squad. That makes perfect sense, and that's why I don't blame a lot of people for getting the multiple figures in certain cases.
And you can find deals sometimes, especially you're the one that recently kind of tipped my hat towards the Amazon warehouse
Oh
fiasco.
yeah.
Dude, you opened up Pandora's box for me, man.
Wait,
Like
what happened?
I've ordered so many figures off of Amazon warehouse now. It's crazy.
See, Scott, don't feel bad about Dakota and making you break for V1 Mando because I went ahead and tipped Dakota on the Amazon warehouse deals.
I had no idea. I was like, "What are you talking about? You can get like dented boxes for like
Oh,
$10
wait,
off." I
for
was like,
real?
"What?"
So
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into this
let
because
me break down the history on this real quick, and I'll go ahead and explain how I discovered it. And it's kind of a little bit what I told Dakota. So when I first got into collecting, I was going to a local comic shop that had NECA figures I was really into. I think my first NECA figure purchase it was actually on Amazon first, just searching it because I saw it in the store and I was like, I'm not gonna give them $100. It's crazy. So I went on Amazon. I found it for $50. It was for my son's birthday. I know it was way, way older for his age. I think he was turning 2 or 3, but I had bought him the 2-pack of Gypsy Danger and Leatherback from the first Pacific Rim film. It was great because Gypsy looks weathered, damaged, and that Kaiju Leatherback looks sick, right?
Yep.
And so that was like my gateway into NECA figures. And it was $50 on Amazon. It was like, I guess, standard price at the time for the 2-pack. So I went back to the comic shop looking at other NECA figures. I'm like, I didn't even know NECA made this stuff. And so it gets pricey because the comic shops, they got overhead, or they're not like a big retail, so they got to charge what they charge. I totally get it, but it got to the point where I was like, man, I just don't feel like spending this much on something that can break easy. Because no offense, these older NECA figures just weren't the best build quality, and that's just posing them, like just static on your desk, and they fall over easy. So I started going on Amazon searching more. I go to the comic stores, comic conventions, then I'd see Hasbro stuff, Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series. And then I'd go back on Amazon. I remember one time I was like, hey, that's a Sand Trooper for $15. That's kind of cool because in a comic shop they want like 40, $50 for this figure. So I just pulled the trigger, said, all right, let's see what happens. It showed up. There was nothing wrong with it except it had a crushed corner on the box. Literally, it was brand new. Like nothing was wrong with it. And I was like, this is kind of sick. $15. And when I clicked that link, it literally said in the highlighted blue Amazon warehouse deal. I was all right, fine, that's cool. And time went by, and I went back on Amazon. I was like, let me check out these warehouse deals if they have for NECA stuff. Oh, forget it. That's how I have like 10 or 11 Predators now total. It all started with the first 5 or 6 I bought in warehouse deals. They were nothing wrong. Some were paint application issues. And honestly, man, you can't even tell. I guess these were collectors that were like super strict on how they want the figure to look. And then it just turned into Star Wars stuff. And that's why I told Dakota I got lucky one day. Marvel, sorry, not Star Wars, Marvel. I had got the Samurai Spider-Man, the movie realization. That's the by Bandai. I got that Samurai or Ninja Spider-Man. I think like 45 or $50.
Oh wow!
And when I got it, the only thing that was wrong with that was that the tape seals were broken. But when I opened it out of the package, they still had those clear plastic covers inside the joints that you have to remove. So literally, this thing was super brand new, nothing wrong with it. And
You know what? I don't need. Gosh, I don't need this kind of news. I don't need this.
and so
This is
honestly,
dangerous.
man, I had to walk away from warehouse deals for a while because then that's when my collection started to kind of get crazy. And I was like, I can't do this. And then of course it didn't get any better. You meet the GI Joe squad of peeps, and then Scott and his awesome shots just definitely opened Pandora's box for me. So forget it. I started pre-ordering stuff left and right.
Oh,
But I would say that just that warehouse deal thing can be pretty ninja. And as you can see, Dakota already found some deals, and it's nice. But like I don't use it all the time. Like I said, I might just end up buying a bunch of stuff I really don't need.
Yeah, I had no idea this was a thing, and it makes sense though because when people make returns, oftentimes they're gonna just try to resell it, or they're gonna either
Right, right.
right. Yeah.
try to sell it out to like a what are some of those stores like Bargain Hunt, or some of those those markdown discount stores, and
Like Five
oftentimes
Below, places like
Five
that.
Below,
So
stuff like
yeah, yeah. What was the one I told you, Dakota? Oh, Revan. So I got him for $9.
that. It's good deal.
$9. Amazon warehouse deal. And when I got it, same thing, crushed box. Nothing wrong with the figure. Tape was still sealed from factory. There was nothing wrong with it. $9 for Revan. I was like, yeah, why not, man? Finally got one.
And from my understanding is that you have to like look every day because there's new stuff that pops up all the time. Like,
Yeah, and it's weird because sometimes they don't advertise the deals on the warehouse. And so you'll have to scroll for days sometimes, which is the only pain about it. But every once in a while, you'll see it pop up, or you'll be scrolling and there's that gem. You're like, oh man, this is like 40, 45 easy out there. Let me pick it up for, $8, $9 to see what's wrong with it, or $10. And man, in my experience, every single one I got, there was nothing wrong with the figure. So it still kind of mind boggles me, but I'm like, hey, I benefited out of the deal.
Well, especially
yeah,
considering what we're going to do with them anyway. I mean,
Right,
exactly.
most
right,
of these, I don't care if they're in the box. I don't care that
right,
it's meant. Typically, if it's like a Black Series or like a GI Joe or whatever, I'm tossing that box anyway.
right.
Exactly.
So I mean, if it's a problem with the box, that's fine. You can actually direct all those towards me. I'm fine.
We're gonna dump buckets of water on it anyway, right?
Well, that's true. It's like I actually just picked up like a couple of Mythic Legions, and I'm not even really like I
Oh,
love them. I think
man.
they're amazing figures.
Yes.
The problem is that they're amazing figures, and I have enough interests But like I picked up a couple of goblins, and I don't even know the correct name for these things, but they look really cool.
Yeah, they're beautiful figures.
Oh, they're amazing. And like I picked these up just because they were like damaged boxes. They were like half off or like half the price of what they normally are. I'm like, okay, well I'll get these and then I can start shooting them and I can like, like have some fun.
Where did you go through for yours?
Oh gosh, it was Adrian sent that link. I can't remember
Because I've been wanting to get some for a while, but now I'm holding out for the next wave that's coming out this year, that intergalactic.
Oh, I know which one you're talking. I think it was Empire. Maybe it was Empire Toys.
Okay.
I think it was them, and then like they had like kind of like a discounted site, like damaged boxes, and they had two of them. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get both of them because I know if I don't, I'm going to kick myself. Because I have one. I had like one. I had like one, like the one that sort of looked like a Battle Cat, but I don't know the name. Like I said, I don't even know the name. Like Trevor shoots all these figures and has all the names and stuff, but like I have no idea what the name is. But when I got it, I was just blown away by how cool this thing looked.
That's cool,
and like how well it moves, and just like the details, and just how well it photographs. I'm like, this is an amazing line, and I would love to actually collect these and just whatever. But I have too much, and I have to draw a line somewhere.
Right. I told you here, I've been watching them and looking at them for a while, and they're gorgeous figures. I'm like, if I can, it's gonna sound a little blasphemic coming from the Star Wars community. I might have to cut my Star Wars collection in half to make room for those Mythic Legions, because there's so many of them in variations, and they all look so amazing. And then they got that new wave coming out that I was like, okay, I've been holding out on these guys for so long that the new wave coming, I definitely have to pull trigger, because I've been wanting to do. I need a spaceman, and I missed out when NECA had the Ripley all white spacesuits, and they're like crazy prices now. And I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna play crazy prices, or I'm gonna pay something that's considerably more than Hasbro or whatever, and I'd rather try and get on the new wave coming out. You know what I mean? And I saw a teaser. I guess it was concept art or something. So I was just kind of like, I think I know where my spaceman's going to come from. It's definitely going to come from Four Horsemen.
Yeah. So what's up with that? I think I saw One Six Shooter. He was doing a tease for their new line that they're doing, like a cosmic kind of line now.
Yes.
What's up with that?
So I don't know a whole lot of details. I just remember sending him a message like, man, I'm losing my mind right now, and I've been wanting a spaceman. And he kind of just said, like, you just wait. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I kind of wish you gave me like a better teaser than that. But, from what I saw and from what he's going to be, I guess, taking photos of him, obviously, with his amazing skills, they're going, I don't know if it's like, an intergalactic theme or something, but I kind of feel like, I wonder if we're going to get a hint. You ever seen the movie Kroll?
No.
Kroll?
Okay. Yes.
Like with the 5-bladed or
yes.
The blade. Man, yeah, I love that movie.
Same here. I'm one of the very few guys in my family or my friends that likes that, my group. But anyway, I went and bought it on Blu-ray for like $5 on Amazon. I geeked out like a kid watching it. But I'm hoping we see some stuff like that, because they already have the recipe and what they do with Mythic Legions. Because if you watch that movie, to my understanding, that was supposed to be Paramount's stab at a Star Wars type of intergalactic movie. To my understanding, what I read, they were going to try and make this big grand world. It's supposed to be like at least a trilogy, and it bombed after that first movie because they spent way too much money and not a lot of people went to watch it. But when you watch it, there's obviously nothing about force wielding people with special powers, but you kind of have some sorcery going on. And one of the things is that glaive that's really cool. This guy can control. He's like, I guess, chosen or whatever it may be, but he has to take down this giant beast that sounds funny. It's like a fort that looks like a mountain that travels through space, and so he slaves planets. So anyway, if you look at the characters and even the armies that this beast controls, I mean, some of the armor reminds me a lot of what I feel like Four Horsemen does with Mythic Legions. So I feel like I feel like we maybe might get a chance to see something like that. If not, I'm totally fine with that. But that would be cool. If not, I hope they're hearing this, and this is an opportunity for them to actually make something themed like that, because I'd be the first one lined up to get them. I
See,
really
now
would.
you're making me want to see a Liam Neeson fantasy figure come out.
Oh, dude. If not, someone can just get swap the head sculpt onto one of them armored figures and make it happen.
I love that movie. I haven't seen that movie in forever.
It's
Okay,
great. It's
guys,
basically
I'm sorry, I got to interrupt. So I just had to search it since we were talking about it. Like, okay, so here it is: Cosmic Legions, from Four Horsemen Studios. It's set to launch 2021. It's got a couple of little images here. It says it's got an all new world story and characters interchangeable with mythic legions, figures, and accessories, integrated with the Legion's release schedules. Got a bunch of characters and creatures with different races, shapes, and sizes. It's got unique materials and finishes. Let's see what else. It's got holy crap, that looks so cool. It's got, I mean, it's basically like almost uh like 2001, or like what's some of those like classic like sci-fi movies, but like kind of like also mixed with like monster movies at the same time.
yeah. I mean
This
that.
looks sick. Whoa.
Yeah. See, and that's why I've been holding out. Some told me, and I think because collecting on a budget, so to speak, I've been doing. You can go crazy with Mythic Legions, and I mean it's gonna cost a lot. But when I saw that drop, I was just kind of like, okay, I think this might be the one I'm gonna buy into. I mean, I'm a big sci-fi geek as it is, so I just kind of felt like it's a winner for me, man, and I'm really looking forward to those first shots, man.
Hmm.
I
Dude,
can't wait.
that one photo, okay, if you scroll down to the bottom on their main page for the Cosmic Legions, it's got Trevor's kind of teaser picture, and dude, it's just a picture of a skull, but it looks almost like an alien skull in the sand, and it's
Yes.
got like this beautiful like
Oh,
foreground.
dude. Yes. Yes.
That's just
Yes.
like just the teaser, like the tip of the iceberg of the stuff that's coming out. Like if this is what I think it's going to be, like I might have to get into this too.
I'm telling you, and there's really no disrespect to Mythic Legions, but this Cosmic Legions literally speaks right to me. Because like I was
Yes.
talking to Scott, and Scott, I know you probably can kind of understand where I'm coming from with Kroll. It kind of has like the past meets the future kind of fused together feel.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check this line out. I don't recall Trevor's shot, but
So if you
this
go to
sounds
yeah,
ridiculously
go
interesting.
to the page. They even have a tab for Cosmic Legions, and it'll take you down. You scroll to the bottom. There's a nice shot of this skull in the sand, but right above it is I'm assuming like a 3D ZBrushed image of this spaceman looking figure, and that's what sold me was that image. I
Yeah.
saw that and I was like, okay, I've been wanting a spaceman forever. I want that. That's the one I want.
I'm just like looking at this skull image right here. My God, that's good.
It's savage, man. Ooh,
Dude,
it's so
Trevor,
good.
man. Thank you,
Man,
man. Thank you, Trevor. Thank you.
Hey,
it's
thank
like a
you, Trevor.
movie poster.
I know you're
Holy, oh
listening.
my
Thank
God.
you. That's awesome, man. Wow. Can't wait. That looks great. Any other things that we're looking forward to in 2021? I know there's a ton of stuff that's going to start dropping here
I
pretty
know.
soon.
Well, anyone who's pre-ordered the Mezco Michael Keaton Batman,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's got to come out here soon, right?
I'm hoping. I've been antsy for that for sure. I was hoping that was going to be like a nice Christmas treat arrival kind of a thing. Just
Well, there's
uh,
also that Christopher Reeves
Superman.
Superman coming out too. I'm
Yeah.
like eager to see that one be released.
that one looks cool. I had just my own personal reservations, but I look forward to what you guys, anyone else to order them to do with the shots, because there's a lot of times where it looks different, but once you take the shot, it looks so dramatic. I'm
Well,
just
I mean, from a personal standpoint, I don't have a Superman. I don't have any
right,
Superman figures, which I guess is kind of weird. But like
no,
growing up, Christopher Reeves was Superman to me.
right,
That was the Superman. So like when I saw that, I was like, I just have to. I
oh
have
yeah,
to. I just have to do it. So I'm really eager to get that one up close and just kind of play a little bit. Michael Keaton definitely, just I love that movie. It's like such a great movie, such a great um, version of Batman.
Mm.
What was that,
Another,
like 89? I mean, that's
I mean, that's a
like
grail
a
hot
lifetime ago.
toy for me. If to finally get one of those for like a decent price, if you could find it, hot toy, Keaton Batman. But since I can't, the Mesco's going to suffice. It looks like a shrunken version.
Well, did you guys see the re-release with the new head sculpt by Hot Toys? They're doing the Dark Knight Returns Batman.
Oh, nice. No, I
No,
didn't see
I did
that.
Did
not.
you see that? Yeah.
No.
Holy cow! I've got that one on my list as well. Yeah, dude, it's $290, but it's a deluxe. I think it's a DLX with the movable eyes, so you can like it's got the full treatment, so you can just go all out with the posing, and it's got a even better head sculpt than the first one. And
I mean, these companies realize that we only have so much money,
Oh
right?
wow.
There's we
Right?
have to eat.
I
well,
just
luckily, it doesn't come out till 2022, so we have a little bit of time.
with that said, I'm screaming looking at the photo right now. Oh my gosh, this
Did
thing
you
is
see it? Did you pull it up?
yes. Oh man.
Yeah, dude.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And they also re-released the Bat Pod, so you can get the
I,
Bat Pod with it.
yup. That's their promotional photos they're doing, and they're definitely trying to sell you on both right now.
I wish I could get both, but I'm gonna have to say no to the Bat Pod. But I'm definitely getting Batman.
Oh man, I really wish I didn't see this.
Hey,
Sorry,
So
guys.
gentlemen, I feel
When
really
people hang
bad
out with
about.
me, they spend a lot of money. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, I feel really bad about this, but I'm gonna have to drop off here. My evening is slowly coming to an end.
You're good.
no problem, man.
I thank you for having me on. It was great chatting with you guys. Actually glad to hear Nick in person or get to talk to him in person. It's always text messages. So
Yeah.
um,
Likewise, man.
like I said, thank you, and sorry to kind of jet off here so soon. But yeah,
No problem, dude. Thanks for getting on here and chatting with us, and hopefully we can do it again sometime soon.
yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully we can do it, and like I can have money to actually buy figures because talking to you is just doing me no good.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I'm the worst. I'm the worst.
Well,
Yeah,
between me and Amazon warehouse deals and him and the V1
oh my
Mando.
gosh,
Yeah.
we're not good for each other, are we? This is really
No.
bad.
He's like, why do we do this?
And
All
now my
right.
wife started to get behind my Hot Toys purchases because now she's been like realizing how amazing they are. And she's like, "Oh, you should get that one." I'm like, "Babe, like that's a
Dude,
lot of
dude,
money."
see, the thing, my
Don't.
wife convinced me to pull the trigger on the Batman Beyond. So like, but then when she saw how much they're starting to add up, she was like, "No,
She's
we're
like,
gonna have to
"Oh."
wait." I was like, but dude, it's
Just
Wonder
just
Woman.
pick the one you really like, honey.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, have a good night, Scott.
Have a good night, Scott. Later.
Later. I guess it's just you and me, man.
All right,
Dude. Okay. So back to kind of
Batman.
talking, yeah, Batman, and that looks amazing. I'm definitely getting that one. I'm really glad they re-released that because that one was a grail for a lot of people. And now that we're getting that treatment again, and the DX, I don't know if you don't have a DX Hot Toys,
No,
do you?
I
So
don't.
like
I don't.
to kind of give you a little bit of info about it, like it's it's like the creme de la creme Hot Toys experience. Like
Okay.
like getting it's kind of like getting a uh, an Iron Man figure, like plus like times 10, like because it comes in this super deluxe like box, and it's got, instead of the plastic, it's got the styrofoam that's like really soft, and like it comes on
Oh,
this
so my
beautiful packaging. And
my Star Boost actually came like that. So I guess that's a deluxe edition. I
it
had
might
no idea.
it might be, I'm not sure.
It's a really nice box with packaging.
Maybe they do it for the Is the Star Boost a diecast?
No, it's not die-cast, but it's got a special stand, and it's got that really that dense gray foam that keeps everything in, and it's got like extra packaging inside. It's all theatrical, this nice hard card printed from like it's all looks like it's from the movie.
Yeah.
But to my understanding, what you're saying, that sounds probably then more than what I have.
Yeah, so like the DX, I think the reason why they call it DX is the head sculpt itself has movable eyes, so
Whoa,
you can like move the individual. Because I'm not sure what the eyes are made of, but like you can take a little instrument and move them around, and you know be able to change the direction and create different looks and scenes and stuff. But I mean, just looking at that head sculpt, it is phenomenal.
that
And I
sounds a lot
really,
like the Keaton Batman with the movable eyes.
yes, yeah, that's a deluxe too. Is
Okay, okay,
the DX. They
okay.
don't do a lot of them, so I think there's only like 20 so far that they've done of the DX series. But they only pick like the most popular characters out there when they do a DX. Like Darth Maul, the new Darth Maul that came
Yeah,
out for Phantom Menace, and then the solo Darth Maul was a DX as well.
okay. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. A lot more accessories too.
More accessories, just premium, super premium. Also, another cool thing that's coming out. I don't know if we want to keep talking about toys, but another cool thing that hopefully will be shipping in January is the Mezco Thanos.
Oh, fortunately, that's one that I I
Did you
passed on
skip on
to.
that one?
Yeah, I was trying to make a decision. So I had already an issue with my collection where I wasn't shooting Marvel that much,
Mhm.
and I thought myself, all right, this stuff's collecting dust, and I'm not doing anything with it. You know, what's my next step here? Because other than getting rid of it, I do like the Iron Mans, the War Machines, Spider Man. You know, some things in there, but the only Thanos that I have is from an old Builder figure wave that came with War Machine from Age of Ultron, Captain America with his shield. I think they also had Doctor Strange,
Yeah,
Vision. So I have that one, and honestly, I think I only shot it once or twice. And so
really.
when I saw that, yeah, I guess I was worrying too much about the details and technicality of cinematic accuracy in the shots or whatever, and I just got overrun with it. But I did a shot that I was thankful enough had gotten featured on Xlu Collective before they became Xlu Magazine. It was, I guess, Marvel Week, and I did a shot with Thanos holding Captain America up by one hand, and
Nice.
thank you. And it was a cool shot. It was a fun shot that I did. I think I did the whole digital paint in some of the atmosphere and the embers, fire embers and stuff. But that was the only time I took that shot really of that figure, and that was it. And I like Thanos as a character and everything. But when I saw the Mezco one, as much as I liked it, I was like, is this going to be another thing where I'm going to buy it and I want to take one shot of it? And so
Yeah.
I was looking at how much Marvel stuff I had that I don't shoot versus everything else that I do. And I think around that time frame or a little afterwards, because I think there's still time to again on the wait list. Um, was when the Baron Benz stuff dropped, I think, unless my time frame's a little off. But anyway, I held off on not getting that Thanos, and eventually I saw the Baron Benz, and I was at work and I couldn't pre-order. It was like frustrating me, and thankfully Scott got two of them, and so I was able to pay him for one of them, and
Nice.
I'm happy with that. That's pretty awesome. But that was the uh, second Mesco I think that I got from that would have been straight from the site. My first Mezco that I got was from Amazon, and then I got lucky with a second order on Amazon for the tactical suit Batman from Justice League, and then I pre-ordered the '89 the Keaton Batman, which that was a nightmare on their website. I was like, I'm never doing this again. And so the one time I tried to attempt it again was the Baron Benz release, and I had no luck, and I got lucky with Scott getting one. And so I like my Baron Benz, but I just don't shoot enough. And so I do go back and I'll think about other characters I passed on. Maybe I should have got that Thanos, or maybe I should have got that Blade, or whatever, you know. And it sucks because then you'll see, people get them in hand and they're taking these amazing pictures and like, yeah, I probably should have got that. That looks awesome, and I would have had fun with it, you know.
Right.
And Thanos definitely has that really nice detail to him and appearance. And I take it you ordered one.
No, I did not.
Okay,
I was looking kind of like at the January release schedule for Mezco's, and I know Iron Fist is coming out as well. It's
that's right.
tentative. I'm not sure if it's going to drop in January, but it says online that it's supposedly supposed to come out in January. There's a bunch of them that are scheduled, but we don't know for sure.
Right.
The ones that I have on my list that I will be getting from One Stop Toy Shop is the Mr. Freeze. I will be
Oh
getting
my goodness, yes.
him. I will be getting the, let's see what else.
I
The
totally
Wonder.
forgot about that freeze. I literally just forgot that it was order time, and I missed the window and even the wait list. That's such a beautiful design, Mr. Freeze. I love his
Yeah,
suit.
can't wait for that figure. I did want to get KG Beast, but I ended up saying no. He's just he's
He's kind
not
of
a
meh.
he's not a primary villain for me for Batman. I don't know. I skipped on him, but I am getting the Two Face,
Right.
and I am getting Wonder Woman, which is
Nice.
like the more modern uh, Wonder Woman design, and I
Yeah, that one's
think
really cool. I
that's
like
it.
that Wonder Woman. That's a nice one. That's the second one, right? Not that first one.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the one that's got like the battle axe, and it's got the
Yes.
armor, it's got the cape.
Yeah,
Um,
that one's really cool looking. I was on the fence about it, but I really just couldn't make a decision, and I just said I'll wait to see what it looks like on the gram.
Yeah, that's when because I don't have a Wonder Woman. I don't have any figure arts. I don't have any Wonder Woman. And like, it's funny because my mom actually has more action figures of Wonder Woman than I do because that's like her favorite character. Um,
Well, my wife's got some statues and collectible stuff that I should probably shoot that I really don't. But other than that, I don't have a Wonder Woman figure, and I'm kind of in the same boat. Like I would have loved a nice, accurate Linda Carter one. I still kind of hope Hot
yeah,
Toys does one. I have no issues with Gal. Um, I was just not too happy with the sculpts that were out
yeah,
and the way they looked. And so
yeah,
naturally the hot toys come out and you're like, oh, I want that one. But then, you can't decide. And I think the 10184 one with the golden arm is probably like the top for me right now that I'm still almost like, I feel like I want to pull the trigger on it.
yeah. I I don't know. I do like the actress. I like the portrayal. The movies are hit or miss. But I think for me on the figure spectrum, I would
Right.
that Mezco modern Wonder Woman just looks amazing. I'm definitely
It
getting
does.
that.
It looks really good. I think they did better too with the details on the body, especially in the legs, the joints. It just looks nicer. Um, it looks more organic. If that's
It does.
the term I'm trying to find here, because sometimes it's just too much seams or that the joints look weird. I'm like, she should look elegant and powerful at the same time. And that's why I
Exactly.
get picky when I'm looking for a Wonder Woman figure. And there are just very few out there that have actually gotten me close to wanting to get them. So, but that's a nice one. I'm looking forward to see pictures from you and what you do.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, for
And then
sure.
as far as DC Comics, the only one that I'm on the fence for as far as Mezco, and I don't know why I'm on the fence. I just am. Is the Doctor Fate. I I really like that design. Like, I mean, it's just perfect for the
Yeah,
uh, mezcofication, if you're whatever you want to call it,
right.
the soft goods and the armor pieces. It looks really cool. Darius did some amazing product photography for it. I just don't know, man. I just don't know if it's something that I want to have. I'm not very familiar with that character. I've played
Right,
it
right.
video games and stuff, but that's the only one I'm on the fence. I'm like, yeah, it looks really cool, but I don't know. Like you said, like I don't want to get it and take one picture and then not do anything with it. So
I mean, and that's sort of what I aim for. I mean, I started the hobby for my son inspired me, but where it's grown and how I'm tapping into my youth and what inspired me or continues to inspire me or what's been part of my childhood and anything movie related, comic book, what have you, that's where I'm trying to stick to because I did find myself in a moment I'm going through the bins of figures that I have and I'm like, man, I have maybe at one point only displayed half of these, and how many have I actually taken pictures of? I mean, not even a third of them, you know? So it's like, I don't want to find myself where I'm like, man, that's a cool looking figure. Let me get it. And it's just more like I was just, hype purchasing versus it inspires me or has a special place or meaning to me, you know? I mean,
yeah,
there's nothing wrong with people collecting stuff to look great, but personally for me, there's a connection. Like
yes,
I'm such a Batman guy that it's hard for me to hold back. And it really is because I see so many great Batman figures drop, and I'm like, oh, I'd buy them all if I can't love Batman, but I have to take a step back and say, why am I going to get this figure? Am I going to
right.
see it? Would I actually display it, or is it going to just sit in the bin with the rest of my collection of stuff that I have that I don't take pictures of?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the McFarlane Batmans. I love that, he's paying so much love and attention to Batmans. But at the same time, I don't agree with half of them that came out. Some of them I just do not like the way they look. And I'm seeing people going crazy and, to each his own. I'm not judging nobody. I am just not seeing the wow factor with half of those Batmans that are coming out. So the Grim Knight was a gift, and I didn't want to get it myself because I did not like how the profile of the head sculpt looks. But out of the package, taking shots of it, I appreciate the figure more now.
Yeah,
And the Flashpoint, I just loved that head sculpt. That Flashpoint looks great. I love the details and everything. But other than that, I have the Hellbat suit, and I only took one shot of that guy, and that was it.
mm-hmm.
And so, as much as I love the Hellbat suit and how great it looks, well, man, I think the one shot I took was I sprayed water and used some of the contrast lighting, and then I digitally painted in the bat emblem on his chest to look like it's glowing, and that was it. That was the last shot I did of it. And for such a cool figure, I'd hate to be in the same boat again. And when you mentioned Doctor Fate, I saw that. He looks cool. Like, oh, this would be a great figure to have if you're a big Mezco collector or a
Right.
big DC everything guy. But I do believe sometimes so many things fall into hype, and as such, so many things do in this world that I was just kind of like, I don't want to get this Doctor Fate guy and sit there and go, well, I guess I'll kit bash it. Well, I mean, you could have probably went a whole other direction instead of getting into kit bash it. But and again, customs is nothing wrong with that. I mean, Steve's proven what you can do, and so many other artists out there that I mean, you can do some really cool kit bashes or customize these Mezco figures. But I mean, straight, first looks, it's not that wow factor for me for what that figure is, and it's really hard not to fall victim to that sometimes, especially when you got friends in the community doing beautiful work with the photography with these figures. Sometimes I think that's what sells it. They find a nice dial setup, nice lighting and perspective and angle, and boom, you're like, you know what? Now I like that figure. So that does work. But I mean, there does come those figures that just don't sell me, and that Doctor Fate, I have to say, is one of those. Like that was an easy pass for me.
Yeah, for sure. I think with Mezco, like, um, for me, I'm still pretty hyped on the brand. I think it's really interesting to see where they're going with the characters, and I know they
Right.
just rounded out the last of their series of the Supreme Knights with the PX, the blue. I skipped
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
The only reason I skipped it was the logo, like the chest emblem for me. Just I don't know why, but I just wasn't feeling it. Um, as
Agreed.
far as far as like the rest of the figure, it looks really cool. I've
Yeah.
seen some great photos. I don't know why that chest emblem, man, just kind of threw me off. It just looked chunky and weird.
Yeah.
And that was the only reason I didn't get it. Like otherwise, like the rest of the figure looks really cool.
This is the DX version you're talking about.
It's the PX. It's like the comic book
Oh
exclusive.
yes, that was that blue and gray one.
Yes, the blue and gray. They always do a blue and gray version for
Yeah, I
the.
have the Ascending Knight PX. So sorry, I didn't hear the letter.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, they've done all three. They did Ascending, Supreme, and now or Ascending, Sovereign, and now Supreme. So now I don't know where they're going to go with their Batman series. I don't know if they're not going to continue making unique Batman. I can almost put money down on the fact that they're most likely going to do a Batman figure for the new Batman movie. I mean, they have to. Like it's going to happen. Like,
Oh, that's gonna be one of those that if I can't pre-order it, I'm gonna have to pray that you or Scott got doubles.
oh, I'll be getting doubles of that one, Battinson for sure,
Oh
because
man,
I know somebody's out there going to miss it, and I definitely want to make sure that people get that. That is
I'm gonna
that.
message you and Scott on D-Day, and then I'm gonna see who got two.
Yeah,
Because I never have luck with that site, and I barely got lucky with the Nightmare of '89 Batman release.
yeah, man, their website is absolutely a nightmare to try to get, especially their exclusives. Or if it's a normal release, normally you have a couple hours to order directly from them. But if it's an exclusive, I mean, you just have to just hope and pray that you're going to get your pre-order in.
That's
Um,
how I missed out on Sovereign Knight. I couldn't get through, and I was so frustrated. And
yeah,
still to this day, I see the shots Scott does with him, like, and that's why I wanted it because it's got this like perfect cowl shape with the pointy ears just right, the eye area with the brow, like, the details in that face and the articulation's so good. And I love the suit. And that's one of those that I could not get through the site. And forget it, dude. Street price on that thing just skyrocketed.
are you
And
talking about the the all black version for the Sovereign?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's
I
so
had that
awesome.
version. I actually bought it from or no, maybe I got it on a trade. I had it at one point and it's awesome. But the only thing to me that I think the reason why I got rid of it, I was really scared that the pleather on it was going to start peeling.
Oh,
So I had to get rid of it just because, and I have like a really like my room for some reason, like it's got a lot of moisture. And so any type of pleather or anything like that, like it's within like I had the first Captain America that came out from Mezco,
yeah.
and within like a month, the all of the little pleather pieces that kind of like resembled his armor were peeling off. So I was just like, any pleather figures, like I have to be so careful.
You fallen victim to your environment. Yeah, I'm in Colorado, so I'll be lucky with the dry air.
Yeah,
Except I got a humidifier, so I'm gonna start changing things.
yeah. You have the opposite problem. You're trying to get humidity in the air. I'm trying to get it out of the air. I have so much humidity over here.
Well, back to Supreme Knight. I had got the regular release, that I guess the V1, whatever you want to call it, which is the black and gray suit, like it looks straight Frank Miller. I mean, the reason I got it was I was late to the game on Mesco in the first place when the actual Frank Miller ones came out. And what are those? I remember listening to one of your podcast episodes where, yeah, it's you're looking at 400 to 600 bucks for one, and I'm just like, man, not even a hot toy costs that much now. You can actually get a hot toy for under 300 bucks. So
I
I was
know.
like, I mean, and my wife paid well under that for the Star Boost Iron Man I got. So I was like, I can't justify a 112 figure for that much. But when I saw that Supreme Knight, I instantly was like, I have to get one. This is the closest I'm going to get to a Frank Miller style Batman figure that that I can have that's looks real and soft goods and everything.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a great looking figure.
I
I have
love it.
that one, the normal release too, and that figure is amazing. It
Actually,
definitely captures that Frank Miller aesthetic, and there's been just countless amazing photos. Some of my favorites have been Lewis, the Bat Collector, who's been just
oh,
absolutely
dude,
killing
man,
it, dude.
he's I tell you that he's inspired me a lot a lot with his bat photos, and I just like try to maybe hold a glimmer of light to what he does. But it's definitely inspiring because he just knows how to capture with that man. His lighting is just so good. It's just so good, and I love his camera angles he chooses sometimes too, with the depth of the diorama setups in the background, the way he has it going, and it feels every time like he made a comic book look cinematic every single time, and it's so good. It just looks so good, and
Yeah.
I every time I see one of his shots and whatever Batman, I'm like, what Batman doesn't this guy have? He has like all these great Batmans, but it makes
He's
sense.
a bat
Back to that.
collector, dude. He's got
Yeah,
to have all the Batmans.
I know. It says it in the name, but yeah, he definitely killed it with that one. Um, uh, so did Jason too, when he had those awesome featured mesco shots, the snow looking like the snow falling down.
Oh yeah, Jason B. Michael. He when he does any Batman photos, you can tell he loves that character.
I tell you what, he his shots definitely gave me a kick in my pants to step it up for
Yeah,
sure. Especially anything Batman, because I love Batman, and I unfortunately don't take him make pictures of him as much as I would like to because I get so caught up with the rest of the figures in my collection and stuff I want to experiment with.
yeah.
But when I saw his, I was just like, yeah, I definitely got to step it up. And it's not even like criticizing myself. I just always find a way every month to try and evolve and challenge myself to go outside my comfort zone every shot I take. And so when I saw his, it just reminded me that okay, I got to keep pushing, keep pushing. And so when I got mine just in time for Batman Day, and I did like a couple. I did I think one or two shots with that, but there was one that I liked the best, and that was that one that I posted. I use for my user profile photo with the cape just kind of flowing around him,
Yeah.
the Supreme Knight, and it's such a great figure. And Jason found a great way to make it look real that I was like, all right, I want to try and make my Batman shots look a little bit more real too,
Oh, for sure.
try and give it justice. And I just did another shot. I haven't posted it yet, but it's using the Extreme Sets dial that I got. That was the one that Scott that he got gave to you, and I got from you.
Oh, I
I'm
know it got
using that
passed
thing,
around.
dude. I'm using that thing to death, and I have another shot I just did. I'm planning on posting here soon, and it's with the Supreme Knight again, and it's such a great figure to take pictures of, and it's one of those that I'd like to take more pictures of him with like maybe do some scene setups because from all the Mesco Batmans, like I love the Justice League tactical suit. It's definitely one of my top favorites designs from Mesco. Period. It just looks so good and real. But that Supreme Knight, something about the build and everything, it just looks amazing. And I'd like to just shoot it more because it definitely deserves some more love.
Yeah, man, it's a great figure. I think as far as like what I kind of want to do for this year, I know I've mentioned it on my 112 community page and I've mentioned it in other places, but getting that cameraman, I think that's
Oh,
going to help me get all of the creative energy and the creative vision that I have for, especially my business, like being able to.
right.
Because right now, just using the iPhone, I mean, it's great. You know, you have a lot of different things you can use, but getting a camera is, I think, 2021 is going to be next level. Like,
I think
I'm,
I share that same with you, man. And it will be next level for you. It's gonna open a whole new world for you, man.
I know, I can't wait. I've had to take care of, like, you know, being an adult, like you know this, like you have to take care of business, and it's just one of those things that keeps getting pushed back farther and farther back on the list of things you need to do. And having your own business, like, is another thing. Like having the cost of business and cost of running operations, and um, putting a lot of money back into the business that you want to spend on
Right.
things like a camera. Like, it sucks, but at the same time, it's like you got to make sure you're taking care of the things that you need to take care of. But once that once that opens up, speaking of this, I kind of wanted to share this with you.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if you're still listening out there, guys and gals. I have been investing in this cryptocurrency. Um, I'm not sure if you're into investing at all, but there's this cryptocurrency called Dogecoin. And it is, I don't know if you're familiar with Bitcoin, but it is definitely not as expensive as Bitcoin.
Okay.
I kind of heard about it on, I think it was TikTok. And there was somebody kind of like talking about it. And I was just like, yeah, that's cool, whatever. I'll look into it. And I was just like, oh, I'll just, whatever, throw 20 bucks at it just because sometimes I'll just purchase stocks here and there just to kind of see what they'll do and make a
Right.
little bit of money, sell it, whatever. And Dogecoin, interesting enough, um, I bought it fairly cheap. I mean, it wasn't, I mean, I'm talking like it wasn't even worth a penny. Like it was like penny stocks. Like I bought it like about 2 or 3 months ago. And within this last week, it has gone up. Let's see. I have a point to all this. Um,
Okay.
it has gone up 168%, my total
Whoa.
return.
Wow.
Yeah. So my initial investment has gone up 168%. So I have almost almost doubled my money.
Wow.
Um, yeah. And for anybody out there that's into investing, I highly recommend looking into Dogecoin. Right now, it's sitting at a market value. It's gone up to 1 penny now. Earlier today, it was all the way up to a penny and a half. But if you purchase large amounts, that adds up really quick. So, if you have, say, you have 10,000 coins, um, if it goes up to just $1, you have $10,000. And right now, with it being only a penny a coin, do the math. So that's
Yeah.
something that guys you can look into. I've tried my best to kind of like advise people on it because I know that there's some haters out there saying it's a joke, whatever. But I've already doubled my money on it, so I think I'm gonna be.
I don't know. I remember hearing. I read something that Elon Musk was sharing info, but on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter, but I saw it. Someone reposted on Instagram. It was a tweet
Yeah,
about the about it soaring, and I honestly just this was probably over Christmas break, so like I just dismissed it. I had a chance to look into it or nothing, but now hearing it from you is definitely getting my attention to go check it out.
yeah. There are some ups and downs of like I use the investing app Robinhood. There are some ups and downs of using this app because sometimes there's maintenance issues or whatever.
Okay.
As far as like if you want to buy or sell, sometimes it'll just I don't know. It's not like it's not a bad app at all. There's just sometimes it has issues, but
Yeah.
if you want to get into it, I would highly recommend using that app because you can trade, instantly. So if you want to like throw $10 at something, you can deposit it with your bank account. Then you can purchase stocks or whatever. I've just started like within the last year, at the beginning of 2020, I started getting into investing, and I've been very profitable this year. So I think anybody out there that's wanting to, you know, get something big like a camera or want a big anything. If you want to get a big purchase or something, and you want to potentially uh, make some money, look at Dogecoin. Just look at Bitcoin within the last. If you look at Bitcoin in comparison, in the last month, it's gone up 69% uh, in value, which is $13,000 per coin. So it's sitting at $32,000 a coin.
Wow.
And in comparison, Dogecoin is only a penny a coin.
Yeah. So
Um,
jump on it basically.
Bitcoin's been doing it longer, but
Sure.
um, Dogecoin is hopefully going to perform a lot better. But within the last month, if you compare it, it's actually a better performer
Right,
versus
right.
because
The track was picking up quicker.
it's gone up 196% in the last month versus Bitcoin, which has gone up only 69%. So I don't know. That's a little investing. Uh,
And
com-
what's the app that you would suggest to use for Dogecoin?
I will send you a link, and you can get a free stock if anybody wants to. I have a referral thing that you get a free stock. I get a free stock, and
Ooh,
yeah, I'll send you a link.
right on.
But it's awesome, man. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I want to try it out. You know, I've never got my feet wet with it. I've always heard a lot about Bitcoin, especially when I was in California. I mean, it was big out there at the time, and I was a technician at our job that was like buying all of his computer gaming stuff using Bitcoin. So I was like, wow, that's kind of cool, you know.
Yeah,
But that's good information, man. Thank you.
no problem. I know somebody. I'm not going to say who. That this is crazy. Who had probably anywhere between 50. I can't remember. It was either 50 or 500 coins of Bitcoin back when it first started, and he regrettably spent it on a pizza. All of his coins,
Oh,
one single pizza, and now the amount of coins that he had, I think he could have been close to being a millionaire if he just wouldn't have bought that pizza.
hey, you know what? And I that's a beautiful thing because that's perspective that you go and learn a game
Yeah,
that you know that you take that into the future as wisdom to say, you know, how you prioritize stuff. And I think too many times people live in regret. They got to just remember that it's okay. You know, you have your moments. You get hurt, pick yourself back up, dust yourself off, and say, you know, you learn from that. And you know that dude had to
yeah,
eat. You know what I mean?
yeah. I
We
mean,
got to eat. You know,
it
we've
is
all
what.
been there.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I definitely agree with you. Like that guy struggles with a mindset that kind of keeps him in regret rather than looking for the opportunity that presents itself in the moment. And
Sure,
failure oftentimes, if you let it, can often prevent you from your greatest success.
it's
And
not. It's not easy. It's not
like,
easy. It's sometimes it's a unintentional trained mindset.
yeah, and like my first year in business doing dioramas, I actually lost money because I had
Sure.
mispriced all of my shipping costs for all my dioramas and charged incorrectly because I didn't realize how much it was going to cost. And
Right.
I had used a estimator online and it was way off. And I ended up actually having to come out of pocket to finish a lot of dioramas. And I had to eat that cost, but I never gave up. And now that I've gotten a lot smarter with my finances. Now it's only up from here, and I could have let that destroy me. You know
Yeah,
what I
man.
mean?
Now your dollars make sense.
I mean, I was, dude, I was tore up about it. And but the thing is if you allow those mistakes to prevent you from uh, continuing and reaching forward, like you're just going to miss out on what potentially could be. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
all the people that are successful, if you look at their stories, they always have a moment of failure, and
yep. Yep.
if you choose to learn from it, then you can reach that success eventually. It will come. You just have to keep at it. Like success is inevitable. You just have to keep at it. Like if you just keep trying, it's when
It
people
is.
give up. It's when you give up. Is this when you fail?
And it's, oh man, it's so tough for every individual too, because we all are walking a different life path, and it really. So I mean, and to really continue to bring awareness to this as much as possible, mental health and our state of mind where it's at affects all that, and sometimes some of that stuff, you know, it's deep rooted. We have people that struggle with PTSD, anxiety, depression. It's just so much. A lot of it can be these traumatic events that are currently happening for any situation, and sometimes it could just be the living situation somebody's in. And just the circle of people they have is just pessimism, or people who just love to tear you down. And
Mm,
so sometimes when you have that mistake, you're just in quicksand. You can't seem to find a rope to pull yourself out of it because of the group of people you're around, or the situation you're living in. So it's really hard for a lot of individuals to pick themselves back up after that trip fall, and like I struggle with obesity, I struggle with mental health issues, and but I mean, I say struggle because it's a healthy fight for me for perspective, and it doesn't define who I am, and it doesn't stop me from moving forward. And it's one of those things where I feel like every time something happens, I'm learning from it versus being stuck in the mindset of, oh, great, well, that's going to happen again, And it's real easy. It's real easy depending on how you were raised or what you went through to be in those spots and predicaments. But I mean, it's always good to just remember that when you had that moment of whether it was weakness or just a hiccup, a mistake, honest mistakes, we all make them, we're not perfect, that you just learn from it. It's a reference point. You don't have to say, stuck that way and that defines who you are. So
exactly.
dude had to eat, he got that pizza, and maybe he just really needed to eat. Everything works out for a reason. But it's still food for thought that he takes moving forward and investing in anything else or whatever we do in life. We invest in our lives, right? Doesn't necessarily mean it stocks. We're all trying to invest in happiness. I think that's what we all try and do, even as collectors in this hobby. We're investing in happiness. We have crappy days where some of us are tired of the 9 to 5, or some of us are tired of the unhealthy relationships we're in. Some of us are tired of the environments we're in, or some of us are in positions that we just can't help because of the sacrifices that we make. But we're always trying to invest in happiness.
one of the things that you said really reminded me of one of my favorite quotes that I've really tried to implement in my life on a daily basis, and that is the five closest people to you. Your circle of friends, your influence. Those people determine the next 5 years of your life. So if you're interacting with people that are consistently bringing you down or have a mindset that is limited, that is trying to limit you or your potential, then those people are not going to they're not going to see you for what you could be. For instance, they're often looking at you through the lens of their own life. They're
Right,
looking at you through their own mistakes, or they're looking at you, through their own self-hatred.
right,
And
right.
getting
That's
those people out of your life oftentimes can be difficult,
yeah,
but in the long run, you're often doing them a service, because if you go after the person that you're meant to be, and you go after and work on yourself, that person that you become can motivate them to be a better person in the long run. Because I've had to cut relationships out this year that a business relationship that I didn't really want to, and it,
right,
it kind of happened all of a sudden, and I didn't really see it. My wife kind of saw it, and I'm not going to get into specifics, but
sure,
it sucked. It really did. But the
yeah.
thing is, that person, I don't think could have potentially gone where I'm going. What I mean to say.
No,
So
that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense.
all of us have a trajectory, right? Like we all have like a vision for our lives.
Sure, sure.
And if you align yourself with people with the same vision, you're going to go twice as far. Like
Yes.
like for instance, like if you're playing with like if you play sports,
Hmm.
you say you're out there, you're playing basketball by yourself.
Yeah.
You're going to go at a certain speed, you're going to play. You get two guys out there at the same level, they're going to go twice as hard because they're going to want to show each other up. They're going to want to play harder.
Yeah.
They're going to want to push themselves. That's the whole thing about toy photography. Like we see each other's shots, we push each other to do better. It's the
Yeah.
same thing in life. And when you put yourself around people that are trying to achieve things and trying to better themselves, you're naturally going to do that.
Yep.
Like and it sucks, man, because getting those people out of your life that aren't doing that often feels like you're not showing them love or affection, but in reality you are, because you can't be the person that you were meant to be if you're constantly being around this, unless you're just a strong enough individual, and that oftentimes that's a rare case. Like,
A lot of it is it's just stigmas of society, you know. It's those things where like it's either a social ignorance or cultural ignorance, something that happened with a group of people, and it is passed it along because someone became so complacent about something instead of just facing it. So what happens is we then find ourselves almost having to conform to this way of life or thinking because so and so said so, or someone else's life panned out a certain way. And like I've met people that smoked and ate bacon their whole lives, and lived past 90. Where people who didn't get past 50. I mean, it's just one of those things where the journey is different for each individual, but it's all a mindset. And if you're around people with that drag you down mindset, or those extreme pessimists that they can never see positivity in any situation, it's going to be really hard to overcome and benefit off it. And it's one of the things about this hobby and the community that I think a lot of us hold in such a high regard, because we always find ourselves wanting to do better. It's even if it's a healthy competitive nature, or it's just inspiration itself. Every time we see our friends with a new shot, a new figure, the way they lit it, they composed it, whatever, how it came out, it tends to bring new light. And you say to yourself, oh, I would love to try something like that, but I'm going to put my own twist or take on it. And I think it's just one of those beautiful poetic things about our life and society we should remember. We can strive to reach goals, and or even dreams for that matter, as long as we can just have a positive mindset. But it starts with our lifestyle. Who is in our corner? Who's supporting us? Now, I was in a situation for almost 10 years where I didn't have support system, and it really sucked. I wasn't living the life I wanted to live, but I still managed to start a family, and there's so much beauty to that. I was able to reference those dark moments and times that didn't define who I was. I was able to move forward and just find the fruit in it, and
mm,
even if it's the bad people in your lives, negative influence people, it's still fruit. You still take it with you because you still learn and gain something from it. It's not all bad. But
yeah,
again, it is a mindset. It's really hard if you're battling depression and anxiety, or you deal with PTSD, or you're going through things. But I look at it like this, right? When you know how to put your shoes on in the morning. So you should also know what's in your food, the kind of beverage you're drinking, as small and minimal as that is. I take it a step further, and you should know who's in your life that you speak to, that you hang out with, that says they love you, that supports you. That's all part of that. And if you don't have someone in your life, whether it's a girlfriend, a wife, or a boyfriend, a husband, or an aunt, an uncle, a mom, a dad, or a best friend, I mean, it can be very dark and you can be lost. But
yeah,
I think it's just remembering who those people are. And sometimes you gotta start cutting people loose, man. And there's nothing really wrong with that. I mean, people come and go for a reason. That's not a disadvantage. That's an advantage, man. You learn from the people that came and went. I think holding on to things is probably some of the biggest stuff that us as humans we will always face and deal with. We tend to hold on and cling to things too deep and too hard. But I think, when we finally learn to let go, that's the true growth, and that's when it occurs.
yeah. Dude, I think sitting and reflecting about like just where this podcast has started and where it's going, especially with you now coming in and doing episodes. I'm so excited, man, because I feel like this is going to not only equip people with the tools to be able to take better photos and to um, and to enjoy the hobby more, but also to like enjoy life more and to really look at this thing in a way, because like all of us come to toy photography for different reasons, right? Like you
Right.
said, Some of us come from depression. Some of us come from abundance. Some of us come from just a love of art, or a love of cinema, or a love of childhood nostalgia, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And oftentimes, after doing it for a long time, like, we try to find the reason why we're doing it. And once you change the paradigm, once you change the paradigm to giving instead of receiving, that's when you really start to enjoy it. That's why I love this podcast, because I feel like we're giving back to the community, and we're giving back to the people that really love this thing, and we're giving them something that they can enjoy, something that they can hopefully uh, dig into, and glean uh, the reason why they do it. And I think, for me, like, selfishly, like, I wanted to get better at toy photography, but I realized I didn't get better at toy photography. What I got better was understanding the incredible people out there, and getting to know them, and becoming a part of a community that's so much bigger than I thought it was. And, like, it's just incredible, man. I think one of my favorite things of the movie, well, it's not a movie, it's actually a play, but they recorded it and put it on Disney Plus, was Hamilton. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I keep meaning to. I keep meaning to.
Dude, okay, so I'm going to spoil a little bit. I mean, it's pretty much history now, but
Yeah, yeah.
Alexander Hamilton was killed. Uh, Gosh, forgot the guy who killed him. I should remember this. But anyway, so the dude who killed him, he says this line at the end of the play. He says, "I realized there was a world big enough for both Hamilton and I." And when I started thinking about that, because he was so jealous of Hamilton, he had done him wrong in a lot of different ways, and he was just jealous and angry and bitter. Ended up killing him, and it was in a duel. Like, they, had one of those classic uh, gun duels, and he
Yeah.
ends up killing him. And he says this line. He's like, I realized there was a world big enough for both Hamilton and I. And oftentimes, even in our community, like, we get this mindset where, like, it's all or nothing, and I have to be the best. And that's great. Like, if you want to be the best, that's awesome. Like, be the best that you want to be. But at the same time, like, use your gifts and the talents that you've achieved, and give back to the community, and you're going to be so much more fulfilled. Like,
Yeah.
it's not just, we're not an island on this thing.
No.
Like, we are a community, and all of us together, as we push each other and enjoy it more, and get more opportunities, and get more exposure, and all that great stuff. But at the core of it, if we aren't enjoying this thing, and we aren't, like, lifting each other up, and being there for each other, which we already do, like, it's nothing. You know what I mean? It's empty. It's kind of meaningless. And you see a lot of guys. I see a lot of guys come and go, and
Yeah.
they end up disappearing, because they don't find the joy anymore. They're like, I don't. Why am I doing this? Like, why am I still doing this thing? It's like, maybe if you changed your paradigm to, when I say paradigm, what I mean is, when you change your mindset to giving instead of receiving, instead of, like, what am I trying to get from this hobby, or it's like, what am I trying to give to this hobby, you are going
Right.
to enjoy it so much more. So that's kind of my goal, my 2021 challenge for everybody out there, is to think, what can I give back to this community? And that may be just, like, doing your best at toy photography, and doing the best that you can, and making the best shots, making the best dioramas, making the best head sculpts, whatever it may be, and giving back. And when you look at it from that perspective, like, it's so much more enjoyable.
I completely agree, and that's I've had these ebbs and flows of the hobby for 2 years now, and I've definitely found way more great things out of it than bad, for sure. I mean, there was some hard moments, but those were few in between. I mean, it's been a very positive experience for me. Definitely a goal of mine this year, and my way of giving is BTS's. Behind the scenes. I've only done one behind the scenes slide, and I've done only one behind the scenes video in the 2 years I've been doing this.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to do more for myself. The critique aspect and the feedback I can receive from others who already do behind the scenes, but also for all those who ask me questions about, the lighting or the scene setup. I don't find that what I do is super complex and challenging, but I understand there's people that feel that way because it's the same way I may feel looking at a shot that Scott did, but if it wasn't for his behind the scenes, I would have not known about the wire and using anything heavy to weight it down so you can keep the figure up, but also look like it's in a running pose, a jumping pose, midair battle scene. It's because of him going out of his way and giving all that. And Scott's definitely one of the people I hold in the highest regard in the community for the way he gives, not just physically, but in his work and his portfolio, the things he does in his gallery. Like he goes out of his way to break things down, and both in the behind the scenes and in his post. It takes a lot, a special individual to take time out of their schedule to do that. I feel like you know Steph mentioned this one time, and it was in her interview with you, Stalag My Thriller. She had
Yeah.
mentioned, it basically in so little words. I'm not going to butcher what she said, but this is how I interpreted it. Now I agree. It doesn't take much time out of your day that if you're already scrolling just to drop a line and say that's a great shot or that looks awesome.
Mm.
Someone took time out of their schedule to provide that to you, especially with it behind the scenes. It doesn't hurt to drop a line. Again, we all have different hurts, man. We all struggle with different things. Some of us are extreme introverts. Some of us are extroverts. Some of us just aren't big in communicating in digital platforms. I mean, it could be anything, and it's no judgment at all. But I mean, it's kind of a service. It's basically free advertising for one, and two, it's like free instructions. You can either spend days on YouTube looking at tutorials. You could follow one guy's account and probably get the information you need. But the beauty is in our community, you could follow dozens of accounts and get different information from each one on how to do something. There's guys now that started barely 3 to 6 months ago. Their accounts just have exploded. And I know for a fact it's the inspiration of our community.
I know it is.
And it's because of all that stuff that we plug in and we filled into it. So, yeah, it's my goal to contribute to that and even for myself for growth because I've always wanted to really dedicate time for behind the scenes, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a while. So it's something I'm challenging myself, and hopefully sooner than later I can have a nice setup where I can actually get nice wide angle shots of stuff what I do for my setup. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a janky quick 2 3 second vid of this is how I set it up, and I don't want to be sloppy or lazy about it. I really want to put my all into it, just like I do with my art, so that way people can see that I care about my art, care about my craft, but also care about the community's growth, helping each other out. We should be uplifting each other, not putting each other down.
That's amazing, man. I couldn't have said it better. I think I want to end this thing with a little bit of a tip that I actually read online from a lady who does. I want to say it's like an Instagram. I think she works in Instagram. So this is kind of
Oh,
like a tip
okay.
for helping the algorithm, helping your work get seen, helping your posts get more traction. And so hopefully this can kind of help people. And I'm starting to implement this in 2021. Probably people have started to notice, but if you start your week on Monday with a reel, do one reel and then post, a couple stories, the algorithm will automatically prefer your posts whenever you make an actual post throughout the week over other posts. So it's very interesting. So whenever you start your week with a reel, it could be anything. You could just be like taking a look at your new figure you got, whatever it may be, or maybe showing a behind the scenes of your setup that you're going to post the next day. Oftentimes the reels that get posted afterwards don't track as well as the ones that get posted before the post.
Wow.
And you can actually hide your reels. So for people out there that are like, don't want your feed to get clogged up with the reels, because I'm a real stickler about how my feed looks whenever I'm scrolling through looking at my portfolio of work. I don't want to see all these videos mixed in. So what you can do, you can hit the little three dot settings tab, and you can put remove from feed, or remove from the profile feed, and it'll categorize it just in your reels tab. So
Okay.
what I would like to do is I'm starting to do the reels on Monday, post on Tuesday, then do another either a reel or IGTV on Wednesday. I know it's a lot of content, but this is how Instagram is starting to prioritize accounts versus people that aren't getting seen. People are always worried about, why isn't my post getting seen? Here's why. It's that Instagram is prioritizing accounts that are using all of the features of Instagram.
That makes sense because you
This
got all.
comes directly from Instagram, people that work at Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah. So the people that are like, why are my posts only getting 100 likes and it's amazing work? And yeah, you're right. It's amazing. And it has nothing to do with the quality of your work. It has everything to do with the way the algorithm prefers the content. So if you're using all of the features of Instagram, you're using the stories, using the reels, you're posting a reel, you're posting a normal a feed post, and which actually I can give the numbers, which is they're saying 4 to 5 reels per week, and then 3 to 4 normal posts per week, and then 1 to 2 IGTV videos a week, and then 2 to 3 story posts a week, and your account will blow up. That's it.
Wow.
That's it. That's the magic number. So if anybody out there that's like, what's going on? Here it is. Here is literally the 2021 success formula. Post a reel on Monday, make your toy photography post on Tuesday. And also another thing, post at the same time. So Instagram actually prioritizes accounts that post on a schedule. So if you post at 10 o'clock on Tuesday, next Tuesday post at 10 o'clock. And it doesn't matter what time it is. It just matters when you post, make that time you post. And so that's how it works.
So
That's what I'm
same time of day, reel on Monday, post on Tuesday.
do
So
either IGTV, which only has to be an IGTV, it only has to be a minute long or more. So if you want to do like a real behind the scenes, like, this is my setup, guys, check it out, whatever you want to do, or if you want to make like hey, this is how my week's going, whatever it may be, post an IGTV on Wednesday, and every day do 1 to 2 story posts. So you can share somebody else's work. Go on there, find somebody else's work you like, and that counts as a story post. So you can just share it, say, look at this guy's work, love it, check it out.
that's
That's the
fascinating.
success formula of 2021, guys.
And that could change. That could change because it was different last year.
It
And
was.
then
It was definitely different last year, because that was before TikTok really blew up over COVID.
and that's one of those things too where like I'm noticing almost the amount of hashtags, there's no rhyme or reason to it anymore.
No,
I've seen photos with just maybe 1 or 2 hashtags reach over 1,000
it
likes.
has nothing to do with hashtags.
Nothing to do with hashtags.
Nothing to do with hashtags.
Wow.
I literally posted a photo just to try this on my Dagobah Customs
Okay.
of the Razor Crest, which Jeff Lou made a miniature model and painted, and it got 7,000 likes. It reached over 250,000 people.
Wow.
0 hashtags.
I hope everybody in this episode is listening to this, because it's definitely eye opener for me. I tend to use the 30 hashtag because
It
I
doesn't matter.
don't know the rhyme or reason to it. I'm over here looking at reach because that's how I discover new accounts, and they discover me, and boom, we become friends. And I know a lot of people are looking at a lot of stuff for popularity or to get their likes up, and that's fine. To each his own. Obviously the likes count. That's how your reach gets out there and you meet people. But I'm at a point where I'm just thoroughly enjoying the art on IG. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've been kind of MIA. I've been busy doing all kinds of things, and I don't even post as much as I used to. But it's one of those things where, I think we all do ask ourselves, how do we challenge ourselves to make our account grow? Because at the end of it all, we are looking for some success factor, whatever that may be, feature, if it's for product or a podcast, or getting a chance to actually get picked by a toy manufacturer. I mean, there's so many reasons why we're doing this, but it's information like this, I believe, that helps all of us, because it's something that we're always thinking about, right? It's like, man, uh, so for me personally, I may spend anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes in a shot, or I'll get a rare occasion where I could spend an hour on one, setting up a scene and playing around with wires and articulation. But, for anyone that's spending, that much time, 30 minutes to an hour in a shot, and they post it, and they're just like, okay, let's see how well it does. Do people like my photo? Was it well received? And they're looking at like under 200 likes, or even under or just 100 likes. They're gonna beg to wonder, what did I do? Was it the time that I posted? Was it the content material? Was it a hashtag? Was it people that I tagged, other accounts, stories? So it's information like this. I think it's helpful because it is always evolving and changing, but any little bit helps. And this is just some nice information. So thanks, Dakota, for sharing that. I'm sure we all would appreciate that.
Another super tip. Here you go. You ready for it?
Yes, sir.
Geo tagging. So if you want to get your photos noticed in a certain location, if you geotag it in a city, it doesn't matter if you say, for instance, most of my followers on 112 community live in New York area. The reason
Yeah,
why is because I pick, oftentimes for my Batman post, I will put Gotham City
sure.
in the geotag. And that is actually located, I don't know if it's like a just a generalized area in New York, but it picks that area, and that's where most of my followers are from, is the New York area. So if you geotag your photos, you will get more traction. So using all of the features of Instagram helps your traction immensely. Now picking random tags like a galaxy far, far away, it's fun. I like doing it, but you're not going to get traction. But if you pick a city, even if it's like doesn't make sense to the content, it's going to help your traction to get your photos be able to get seen, because all of us want to share our work with people. All of us want, the algorithm is it's frustrating, but if you learn to just work with it and you learn to play by its rules, it'll reward you immensely.
Well,
Um,
yeah.
and all of us are wanting to share our work with everybody, and when people can't see it and like, hey, I haven't seen your work in forever, it's like, well, I'm still posting and no one's seeing it, but and here's why.
No, that
You
makes
have
perfect
to
sense.
prioritize video.
I
You
used to
have
so I never tried the IGT video, not even once. That's something that's I'm totally noob at. Same with the reels. I've obviously seen everyone else's. I just have not attempted using those features. So this definitely kind of gives me some food for thought to try them out.
do it. Just rethink, like you have to rethink the way Instagram is looking at this whole thing, because if you look at, like, oftentimes I have 5 different accounts, and each one, I don't know why, is like laid out differently. I don't know if it's because one of them's a business account, one of them's a artist account, one of them's a community page. I don't know why that is, but if like some of them have like the reels feature where the post feature used to be. So most people are just clicking that middle button and they're just going to reels and they're just scrolling through reels. So
Ah,
oftentimes people are going to the reels and they're just watching videos and they're just scrolling. And that's where you're going to get uh, your new viewers, is when your people are scrolling through Instagram. They're saying, "Hey, check out this awesome guy taking pictures of toys. Look at this." And then all of a sudden they go to your page and they see your portfolio. That's how you're going to get more traction on your accounts. That's it.
that makes a lot of sense because sometimes on the explore page, Like if you click on a funny video or a video of something and of interest, you go to that account, it's like automatically populating on the reels. It's not on their actual posts. You have to go to the other tab. So it's kind of smart.
Yeah. It's just how it is. It's not like it used to be. Instagram, when it first started out, it was all chronological order. So when everybody posted, you could
Yep.
scroll every single person you followed. You could scroll on your homepage and see
Yep.
everybody's post in chronological order. That
Oh
was the
yeah.
gold. That was the golden age.
I kind of miss it, to be honest. It was great.
Oh, I miss it too, man. I miss it so bad. But it's not like that anymore. So now for people to see your post, to get traction, the algorithm has to prioritize your content. And the way it does that is not by the best high quality image. It has nothing to do with the quality of your image. It has everything to do with you playing by the guidebook of Instagram's rules. That's it.
So what's interesting that you brought that up, because I remember congratulating Jason B. Michael recently. I was like, man, you soared past 10,000 followers. Congrats,
You
man.
know why?
And he was like, dude, it's funny. Just one of my TikToks exploded.
You
I
know
was like,
why? It's not just because of the TikTok, it's because he's been posting his reels. He's
yes,
been doing a behind the scene reels on almost all of his new shots. And the reels, he's posting the reels. He's also doing Instagram lives. So he's doing Instagram lives with other big content creators, and that's getting traction. He's really smart. He's knowing how to use the platform, and people that know how to use the platform, the best way to get your work seen is to cross promote using other people, doing collaborative photos, doing
right.
check out this other artist, we're doing a collab. Those kind of things help. But it's the video content. That's what Instagram prioritizes right now in 2021.
So video is where it's at.
That's where it's at. If you want your toy photography, which is a still to be seen, show the behind the scenes, or even just show a slideshow. You can create slideshows of your toy photography in a
Load it up.
video format,
Yeah,
and
correct.
it'll be it's content. So I don't know if you watch Gary Vee.
That's
Uh,
what Toy Geek 88, doesn't he do that?
I think so.
He does that too. It's a slideshow in video format.
Yeah, just slideshow of your work and be like, hey, check out my toy photography. This is what I do.
Oh heck yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
Sir Dork. Look at him blowing up. Like he
Oh my
he
goodness.
does YouTube, TikTok. He does Twitter, Instagram. He's using a lot of video content. Um, all the guys that are like the bigger accounts, all of them incorporate all the features of Instagram. And the people that aren't doing that are the ones that are going to suffer in the long run.
Wow. Yeah, man, you just opened my eyes to a whole lot because I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty ignorant to Instagram. I just mainly use it to post photos. I barely learned stories like last year
Yeah,
sometime. Sharing stories, tags, understanding tags. I've always known about the locations, just never really saw the interest. But now that makes a lot of sense, and I've been seeing a lot more geolocations being used. So
yep.
that's another good thing to know. I tell you what, one of the things I've been really wanting to clean up on my posts, and this is kind of me personally. I don't know if a lot of people share this, but I don't like having to use 30 hashtags. I don't like having to use more than 10 if I have to. Unfortunately, I was on the old format way of thinking of hashtags were used to get you noticed or get that reach. But to be honest, for me personally, I don't take a lot of joy in having to load up 30 hashtags for each post. But it
No,
was
just
always
three to five hashtags max.
yeah, 3 to 5 hashtags max. That's
That's it.
something I didn't know till you breaking this all down. So I guess everyone's gonna start expecting to see a lot more cleaned up posts from me.
Like if you're wanting to get featured by feature pages, post a feature page like of the specific toy shot that you want to get. Post the
Yeah,
hashtag for that. Post the company that you're posting. So like if
hmm
you're doing a Hasbro shot, Hasbro
right.
toy pick hashtag
Yep.
112 features, TBSFF or Epic Toy Art, whoever you want to get featured by.
Sure.
Tag them in that photo so they see it. Oftentimes the hashtags, because there's so many people posting, oftentimes that gets lost in the mix, especially a lot of these feature pages aren't checking every day and they're not scrolling all the way down to see every single post. I know Matt at
Right.
Star Wars Black Series does that. He's really good about that. Um, he will scroll and see every single post on that hashtag, but people like me, I don't have time to do that.
Same.
But tag the feature page that you want to get featured by, and then also tag the company that you're posting, and then tag the products you're using. If you're using LumeCube, tag LumeCube.
Yeah.
If you're tagging, if you're doing atmosphere aerosol, they're really great about sharing your stories. Tag them in your story. They will reshare your story, um, oftentimes almost immediately.
Oh,
Um,
I've been blessed enough by Extreme Sets. They've
yeah,
featured
Extreme
my
Sets
work.
does a great job.
Super grateful for that. And it's really nice because I mean they featured a lot of my stuff, and it's kind of humbling that they're so nice that they take that time out of their day, and you know that they're paying attention to the tags and the hashtags. So that's kind of really cool.
He's a great guy. He's definitely doing some great stuff. I can't wait to see what he's doing next. Um, Extreme Sets, and you also got like if you're wanting to potentially collaborate with other brands and stuff, reach out to them. Like send them a DM, be like, hey, I love your products. I would love to shoot them. Um, you don't have to worry. Like even if you're trying to get free product, just be like, hey, I would like to buy your product and do a photo for you guys, and would you like to feature it? You know, you got
That's
to
good.
think outside the box as far as like instead of trying to get like I said before, like trying to give back to these. If you're wanting to work with companies, you want to try to give back to them, because they're not like they hear this stuff all the time. They get tons of DMs. Hey, can I get a free feature?
Right.
Can I get a free whatever? Like they get this all day long. So you have to set yourself apart and be like, hey, I would love to do this for you guys. This is what I'd like to do for you. And
That's a
that
yeah.
language there is very enticing.
No, that's really good. I kind of uh, took a shot in the dark with through Hasbro Pulse, and I basically the correspondence was treated like a normal service request. I never got any response, and like 3 months later, they closed out my inquiry versus actually responding. So it was probably just a big dump file. They're like, well, it's the same old emails and notifications that we get. What's the point? Because I was kind of like, I really went on a limb. I even told Scott to say, I'm taking a shot. I'm gonna go to Hazard Pulse, and see what happens. And it looked promising because I had got a receipt confirmation. Then I got an email that they would have followed with me, a second email they'd follow up, and then I didn't hear nothing for about 3 months, and then I just got a notification that they closed out the inquiry without any follow up. So I was like, okay, well that makes sense. I'm not the only one in the planet trying to reach out to them. So yeah,
Hasbro does a really great job with. They have a specific PR company that actually does their stuff for them. So they have another company that actually does all of that PR. It's not Hasbro. It's another company that I can't remember the name of that will actually go and reach out to everybody for them, and then they will send them the products, and then they will be able to get correspondence through Hasbro, and they'll be able to. That's my understanding. I could be I've never worked with Hasbro, but that is, from my understanding, how you get to work with them. So if you want to work with them, they have a specific PR company that you have to go through.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're schooling me right now, man. Like I said, I'm so green to this still. I mean, I learned so much just off this podcast, listening to all the artists and everyone share their information. So just as much me being a part of it now, but I'm also gaining from it too. So I'm always open to any and all information. So thank you for breaking that all down, and especially that stuff about the reels, IGT live, and posting, at certain time frames. I never really looked at it as a science like that or formula, but it makes sense. This
It's a
algorithm,
science, dude. It,
yeah.
it's actually an artificial intelligence that's doing it. It's crazy. It's
So
the algorithm is part. They have an AI set up to which all social medias do to
yeah,
prioritize content, and that's how it does it. Like there is a team that works on it, but with the billions of photos and videos that get released every day, I mean, I'm sure it's not that high, but I mean, there's so much content that's out there. Like they have to have some sort of service uh, that's choosing what's going to be seen, and Also, another thing. This is, I know there's so much in that article, and I should probably link it in
Let's
the
shoot it over to
podcast
me. Save
description so people can check it out. But if you use Instagram's in-app camera, they prioritize that. So, for instance, if you're wanting to do a reel and you reuse your TikTok uh, previously recorded footage from TikTok that you edited on TikTok and you re-upload that to Instagram, they will not prioritize that as high. Now, it still can blow up, but if you use their in-app editing features and software, that gets prioritized in the algorithm higher than a TikTok video does.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
I guess that does make sense, and that's just the way that their AI is running that information. So
Yep.
gotta look into those things. But we all do, right? I mean, if we're trying to grow our accounts, I mean, this is stuff what we got to accept. If we're using IG as our platform, then we kind of have to adhere to what's going on in Instagram. So I totally understand.
One last thing. This is just for people that are really weird about privacy like me. So there is a new update, a new policy update for Instagram. If you're using iPhone, if you go under the settings tab in your privacy features, under photos, um, don't select all photos Instagram can use, select only selected photos. So that way Instagram does not have access to all of your photos. So what I learned this is that now that Instagram, if you allow them to, they can have the complete library of everything on your phone. So what you do is now, whenever I want to make a post, I go into it's in the app. You go to select a photo, and
Hmm.
then you say manage, and then you can select the photos that you want to add that Instagram can see from your library. So that way, Instagram, say you have private information or whatever it may be, that you don't want Instagram having access to, you just select the photos you want that you're going to post or the videos, and then you upload that, and then you can deselect them once you've posted them. So that way they don't have access to them to them more anymore, even though you've already posted it. It's still a nice little privacy thing. And you can do that with pretty much any app. So Apple's really great about privacy. And that's something that really matters to me, but that's
No,
another little tip.
that's really nice. And this is basically you would go into the Instagram account into the privacy settings, correct?
No, it's on the Apple settings. So
Oh, settings. Got it.
you go on your settings tab, and you go into privacy, and you tap on photos, and then you tap on Instagram, and then you select which how do you want to upload. So it'll say none, or it'll say select. It'll say, like, what you want to choose. Like, I can't remember the exact wording of it, but it says like choose which photos you want to be selected, and then it says all photos. If you don't want Instagram having access to all of your photos, select the other versions. That way you can choose what they want. You can choose what they can see.
Well, that's really good information. I don't own an Apple iPhone, but that's really great for anyone who does, which is like the whole planet.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that, man. When I was texting you, I was like, oh, wait, he doesn't have iPhone. He doesn't have iMessage.
Yeah, I'm on Android, man. I'm the dark side of the force, so to speak. I've been on it for a while. In my defense, I wanted an iPhone when I was a big Apple product guy years ago,
Yeah.
but I got into Samsung Galaxy early on when there was I wasn't really big on the Apple iPhone at the time, and it was just one of those things I couldn't walk away from. It's just the user interface was just so nice, and I just got hooked with it. And
Well, the
then
new iOS now has pretty much everything that Samsung Galaxy has. Like, everything is I mean, it's not everything. I've never owned a Galaxy, but they've really done a great job of customization and being able to add all, like, the different widgets and tabs and
yeah.
editing features that you want to use. And
So I play with one at work. Our delivery driver has an iPhone for through work through our job that I can access for customer contact information when I have to back him to fill in for the days he's out. And that's the most I ever get playing around with an iPhone. It's always interesting because it's a bit of a learning curve, some of the layouts and stuff compared to Android OS that's in my phone, and there'll be times where I'm scrolling or trying to find a setting button or feature. It's not the same as mine. That it throws me off a bit, but it takes some getting used to. Which I'm sure if I had completely unplugged from Samsung Galaxy and jumped into an iPhone, I'd probably learn it in a couple weeks. Especially posting on Instagram all the time, I'm gonna definitely figure out the features right away. But it's nice. I mean, new iPhones are gorgeous, and so is their operating system and accessibility. So I mean, that's cool that they take care of their users like that, and knowing about that Instagram privacy
Yeah.
set is extremely helpful.
That's one of my favorite things about Apple is how like how incredibly private they are about your content and your data. And like, you know, they just don't give it out. Like you have to have like high level government access. Like if they're going to get access to your phone records or anything like that, like Apple has to approve it. Um, which another thing is kind of off topic. It's similar, but like I don't use any of the new iPhones. Like I've been using an iPhone 6 for like 2 years, 3 years. Like I see, like I'm a cheapo when it comes to phones, dude. Like
Oh, same,
I,
same.
I get the most like the oldest phone that's like possibly running that works good. And like I just keep it forever because I don't care about updating my phone until it's absolutely necessary. Because
Oh,
I don't want to spend $2,000 on a phone. Like the phone I
oh,
got, the iPhone 6s is I think it was $100 at Walmart. It was like a good deal. And originally it probably was like $1,000 when it was brand new.
yeah,
And then I used that thing till it was absolutely dead. I had the warrant because Apple has the 1 year warranty. And then it started malfunctioning within like the last month of its warranty. And then I went and got a brand new uh, iPhone because the warranty covered it. And
right.
that way, now I'm going to use this iPhone 6s for probably another year, and then I'll probably upgrade to the 7 like that, and I'll probably pay $100 for it. So I just don't care to. And it was great about the software on iPhone is that like if you buy like a 6 or higher, like all of that software still runs perfectly and beautifully on the 6.
That's
Like,
great.
yeah, I mean, there's nothing really that I can't do. I mean, besides all of the incredible new camera features and other features that are on the newer iPhones, but it's the same thing, man. Like it's the same thing. It's just repackaged and a
Yeah,
nicer visual representation. But
yeah. The model you have was probably the one I liked last. All the newer ones look so delicate and expensive. I'm just kind of like, I'm good. I have a 4 year old Galaxy S7 Edge that I finally cracked the screen on about a month and a half ago almost. Sucked, but it happened. It is what it is. I'm still using it. It's in place, just
yeah,
because the cost of a new battery, new screen, and plus labor. I'm looking at the price of a new phone.
yeah,
So
exactly.
I've held on to this phone for 4 years and never had issues with it except like this random pink line that would intermittently show up on the screen. But that was it. That was the only issue I had with this phone. It's been great. Then I cracked it and it still works. But, there's some quirkiness going on because it's a cracked screen. Not to the point where I'm cutting myself or anything, but it still works, and I'm probably gonna hold on to this till some deal pops up. Like I love the Note. That was my introduction to Samsung. I had a Samsung Note. Forgot which model it was. A Note 2, I think, or the first
Right.
Note came out. Maybe it was the first Note. Anyway, I got it. I bought it off someone off Craigslist, and she had basically had it repaired. And so that was my introduction to digital painting and drawing. Was using that phone, and I was using my art foundation from my youth and reliving it on a phone, and that got me into for a time digital painting, and I was going to get deep into that and kind of took a hiatus and never really went back to revisit it. But I applied what I learned from playing on that phone to now what I do on my photos,
Yeah.
and it's what kind of like hooked me into Samsung because I just love how smooth and fluid the touchscreen has always been on their phone. So, and I know it's Apple's orange in certain situations, but I mean, for what it's worth, I've been wanting a an iPad Pro for a lot of the digital art stuff I'd love to do with it. But yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, you have that phone, and if it still works, hold on to it. No point in dropping $1,000 to $2,000 on one.
Oh heck no! I even when I even when I have the means to be able to get the newest and latest and greatest, I will not do it. Like I'm just cheapo when it comes to stuff like I've got a 2013 uh, Mazda that I will probably drive till the wheels fall off on it, just because I just don't have. I don't have to have the latest and greatest thing. Like I'd much rather spend money on creative endeavors rather than the latest and greatest gadget. Like,
Brother,
uh,
I got a 12-year-old Mazda Speed 3. I ain't getting rid of that thing. It's gonna be my son's car. I
there you go. There you go. I mean,
totally share that with you, man.
like the only thing I'm willing to spend money on um, is probably like a new camera, and I'll probably use that thing for probably 10, 15 years. Like, um, but yeah, I guess we're kind of going off on rambling tangents. But if there's any closing thoughts that you want to share, let's wrap this thing up.
Just that, Happy New Year to everybody, man, and uh, prayers, love, and blessings to every family, every person out there that for this year, just for great things, man, and that I appreciate this community for what it is and what it does. I appreciate you, Dakota, for going out of your way, for being the great person you are, and having this podcast, but your accounts and your pages and your features and the things that you do. I just also look forward to new relationships and new opportunities to to grow in the hobby, but also for the podcast itself, and me having the opportunity to also get that chance to interview and talk to the other artists out there, because we all have something to contribute. We all have a story to tell.
I can't wait, man. I'm so excited for you. I know that you're going to really get a kick out of doing these interviews, and can't wait to hear them, man. I can't wait to listen to them,
Thank
and
you. I'm excited.
it's gonna be fun. I appreciate everybody listening, and if you're still with us, have a great rest of your day. And remember, we are storytellers. Get out there, tell your story, have some fun, shoot some toys, and stay positive. 2021 is the new year, so get your head on straight and attack this thing. Let's have some fun. And yeah, we'll see you at the next episode, guys. Peace.
Peace.